All right, I am back. Back again. And let's work on the mods some more. Why not? Why not? I think instead of doing the decal the way I was going to, I'm going to do it a different way. Kind of grab this. I think it's the south. That's the only face I have. There we go. We'll just do the south. I'll pop it up to a 16 by 16. And I will move this cube up a little bit. There we go. Minimize all of this. Create a new block. Zero it out. Hey, Law. Yeah, twice in one day. You know, before I found a significant other and had a family and stuff, man, I would have Iron Man shifts of like streaming. Like a holiday or something would come up, I would pre-download all these games. I'd have like a bunch of stuff. I'd have like a schedule. I'd buy bags of chips. I'd have multiple packs of soda chilling, right? Like pizza was ready to be called in and dialed, and I would just play games. Like it was magical. Magical. Responsibilities are lame. Oh, man. But, you know, times have changed. Unfortunately, I do have responsibilities. I still make time to have fun. Which is, you know, what we're doing right here. So we're going to save this. Anything that is rune decal, let's pull up the monolith here. I was going to just work on this off stream, but you know, then I like hopped into a voice chat in Discord, and I'm like, well, I could do a screen share there, but it's been kind of quiet. You know, I don't know if anyone's going to be around, so... Because, you know, the idea is, like, I just hop in a channel, do a screen share, you know, just whoever wants to come in can come in to watch or actually talk back and forth with me, so I'm just not, like, talking to the nether. But then I decided against that and get some more stream time in. Oh, that's right. I should be up here. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm not seeing what I should be seeing. All right, rune decal. I will just, I'll just call this rune. There we go. Let's look for anything that is null. And make sure we turned it into default. There we go. 48 occurrences. Holy moly. Build. All right. So I did a little stuff before stream. I whipped up a just the monolith here. I popped on animation, so I have it spinning. It spawns with a riff. There are currently 16 varieties of it. Currently. And I'm just kind of like loosely putting it in right now. Like it won't unlock anything. I don't have the block behavior on it. I'm just kind of seeing like how it works in the world before I go too far down the rabbit hole. There we go. Some good old Banjo-Kazooie. One of the fucking hardest games to play. Emotionally soul draining. I remember like as a little kid, man, like having my mom rent it from like a freaking Blockbuster. And it was like you had the weekend to just beat the game or you never had it again. Because then like my mom would be like, what do you want to rent that for again? You need to pick something else. It's like, but I want to play this game. Hey, there we go. That actually looked pretty slick. So there it goes, spawning. So we are spawning Monolith 1. So this is kind of what it would look like, right? In the world, you'd kind of walk up and you'd be like, "Oh shit, there's something here," right? And then this would be like where you would sit down, do your meditation. See, this is going to be a slog, right? Because I'm finally in meditation. Now I'd have to look at it, right? So like 50% of my temporal stability is like gone. And then when this goes away, you know, like it's kind of random. But I think that's pretty damn cool. Now, I guess I have to think about this. How much mana should you be getting? Let's go back into the creative world, because I have to distribute all of the mana from like the meditation insight from like blocks you can make in the game. And then once all of that is divvied up, then I can look to see, okay, how much maximum, like what's the max you should be able to get for meditation insight? And then try and see if I can work the numbers to be like, you know what, you can have like 300 mana for meditation insight total. You know, something like that, where like it's enough to where if you only did meditation insight, it would give you a lot of max mana. Maybe it would be closer to 200. Actually, I have that written down right over here. So for meditation insights, actually 200. Interesting. So if I have 16 different obelisks in here, each one's like 5, or each one's 10, that'd be 160. So then I would have 40 as a surplus. 20 is already taken up over here. Like this is already 20. And that's in tier 1 stuff. You know what? I think this would work out pretty well, actually. Here, we're just gonna fix this a little bit. Do I have... Okay, I still have the old picture open. So let's place the rest of the blocks here. So this is all tier 1 stuff, and we got the max of like 20. Yep, 20 MP. And then for tier 2, of course you would start off with... Actually, you wouldn't start off with that block. Probably be further down here. Because it would be either Zeganite, Astrolith... 6, 7, there we go. We'll bring all these over. So what are you up to, Law? Doing anything fun? Probably got me on your second monitor. Hope you're playing a fun game or something. One of us has to be playing something. Place, 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 and place. Playing a game called Aska. Is that the survival game where you have like NPCs and like it's almost like an Ark kind of city builder, like survival? City builder in Valheim. Yeah, so it may be the same thing I'm thinking of. I think it was something on Steam. Like I was looking at it, and I just haven't gotten into it yet. I was kind of waiting to see what the reviews would be, because there's been like, I got Enshrouded. I played I think it was the alpha or beta for Enshrouded. And then when the game came out, like, I didn't really play it at all. So I was like, uh-huh. Enshrouded, yeah, Enshrouded definitely looked good. I just like I like playing games with people, and I didn't have anyone who like wanted to play, unfortunately. That's why I usually gravitate towards like MMOs and stuff. Oh, that is sad. Yeah. And my friends, I think it's like one of those things, like as you get older, you know, it's different than like school, right? Like it's not like you have like best friends anymore. Then you realize that your best friends, you were just best friends because you both were in the same prison, right? And you were forced to see each other 5 out of the 7 days, more if you actually spent time outside of school. But you know, everyone's got like their own stuff in life, you know. Like I got some friends that have different tastes too. They, you know, like I've been trying to get people to get like, you know, play WoW with me, and a lot of my friends are like, the game is trash, I'll never play it again. I'm like, the hell are you calling the game trash for? Like, it's fine if you don't want to play it, but game's like one of the most successful games. Like, they're obviously doing something right, just because they're not giving you a reach around and a high five, you know. So we don't need to blow up on the game. Simple yes or no would have sufficed. We always have like 4 to 10 people that play. Really, for Enshrouded or Aska? I think that's all the stuff in this tier as it sits right now. I don't think you should meditate on a mana torch. You know what I mean? I don't think you should meditate on a torch holder either. Wasteland Puppy, hey, how's it going? I think that's all the items. Man, I gotta beef this up a little bit, huh? Man, we got the lunar altar. I guess I could put the altars on there. Maybe I should put the altars on there. I just don't have them created yet. So I'll put placeholders. Man, it's getting dark. Good, thanks for the raid earlier. Hey, my pleasure. You know what? I want to look at something. I've had to switch over to my phone, and I tried to find your stream in my list, and it's kind of acting like, I don't know if it happens to anyone else, but it's almost like I wasn't following you, and I know I saw you in my corner panel. That's how I usually look to see, like, all right, who's playing Vintage Story? Hey, let me do a quick search here. It saved my search. Okay. So I think I'm gonna try and like refresh it here. Give that a try. There we go. It was weird. It was like I was following you, but I wasn't like. It was like, I don't know. It didn't see. And it may be the app, the phone app. I hear the phone app's awful. I hated it as soon as I went over to it. I'm like, oh, God. So we'll try that. We'll try that. But I'm like, oh man, I gotta search this. Thank God your name wasn't like, you know, _ exclamation. You know what I mean? Got to get a shorter, more memorable name anyways. It doesn't always help. No one really pronounces my name right. They're like, Vies. I'm like, all right. Sure, go ahead. I think, okay, so that's all the stuff. So we're going to have to divide up mana. So what I'm working on right now is my meditation insight. And it's the third way to get mana. So you have three ways, right? The first way is to actually cast spells, complete rituals, complete synthesis to make like grimoires and stuff. All of that gives you like magic experience. And then you'll have armor bonuses, right? So you put on mage armor, you have a mage staff, you'll get spell haste, more max mana, reduction in spell costs. And then this is the third way to try to offset your mana. And it's through meditation insight. So basically, you'll have things like this where it's researchable. You will be able to sit down and then go into meditation. So you sit down with like nothing in your hand, or you know, with like you could have a staff in your hand, but normally you shouldn't have anything in your hand, right? And I'm meditating right now, so I got my particles, my mana's increasing. But what I can do is look at a block like this, right? And I won't complete it because I don't want to clear it, but you know, particles will start to spawn. There's something to see from it, and then that will unlock something. It's kind of like how Thaumcraft was with the little scanner. I have to go viral before I'm 50. I want to do this stuff for my retirement. Man, let me tell you, I've had conversations where it's like, you know, what if you hit it big, right? And you're like, you know, I don't have to work. I'm like, what would you do? And my first adult response thought was, well, I'd probably open my own like business for like, you know, like networking, being a consultant, you know, something like that. And then I thought, the fuck was I thinking? I'd probably live stream and just have a bunch of fun. This would become the job, right? Like whether someone's there or not, you know, as long as I am fiscally responsible, you know, I'm like streaming his word. Yeah, I think you told me it's pronounced Vice. Yeah, it is pronounced Vice. Like, and the thought was like to vie, right? And then I just put the S of Vice. It's fun to think about things like that, right? Like, you know, the early retirement thing. It's like, what would you do if you could just make a cool 100K on like investments? You know what I mean? Like 100K a year, not have to worry about anything. my first response was, I'm gonna buy ingredients and make a homemade lasagna. You know, like that's how I would celebrate, right? It's like, what do you mean? That's the response that I get. You know, it's like, well, I'd buy a new car and this. I'm like, nope. First thing I'd buy is homemade, you know, all the ingredients to make my own lasagna. I'm like, I'd get double meat. I'd slow cook my sauce. I may even get like the flour and the eggs and take out and pull out the old pasta crank that I have there, my pasta roller. And just make my own start to finish, right? Infuse a little garlic into it, right? When it rests, like maybe some basil in those noodles. So yeah, it's pretty much cooking. That's what I would do. All right. So we got 20 there. Now the problem that I have, let's spawn a rift. Kind of refresh it here, right? So you spawn a rift, and this is something that would spawn with it, right? So this is your ancient monolith. So it just kind of rotates around all super cool. It's going to be tagged with a specific rune. Should there be a set of these for night, like day and light? Should there be 3? Like, should there be different themes of these? Because I think 16 would be... I don't know. I feel like there should be a lot of these, right? I want this to be something where, like, you won't see these all the time, but when you do see them, you know, I want a nice big pool, you know, of them, you know? Because there are going to be people that are going to want to go hard and see these things and meditate in front of them. And I don't want you to stumble upon 4 of them and have, like, 50 mana right out of the gate. So I think I need to have more of these. And then maybe just, like, theme them a little differently. Oh, yeah, screw a big car. I'm rich, you say. Don't have to go to work tomorrow, you say. So I have time now. Gosh, I'm gonna break something. All right, I'd pull out the old pellet grill, be like, I'm making some homemade chili. It would be like a celebration week. I'd buy a bunch of ingredients. I'd like throw all the crap out of my fridge and just disinfect it, right? Do a big cleaning and be like, boom, new life starts with the new fridge cleaning. Let's get ingredients for, I want to make wings. I want to make homemade chili. I make this chili on my pellet stove. I have hickory pellets, and I season up like a big burger chunk, and then I bacon wrap it, and then I in the pot itself, like I have all the beans and like all the ingredients that you would expect in a chili, right? And then I put the grate on top of that, and I put the meat on top so the drippings go into the chili, and I put that thing right in my pellet grill. Oh, so good. Cook it up, you'll get that nice, like, smoke ring in there. Then I dice it all up and just throw it all in the chili, mix it, and the secret with that is a little dark chocolate to put in there, and it's good. It's good. Another Vice! Hey, Gravity Cat! Is everyone changing their name colors? Like, it doesn't randomize now? I swear to God, it's like, I get used to seeing, like, colors that people pick, and then it's like, everyone has, like, totally different colors. It's like, throwing me off. Like, Gravity Cat, you were green before to me. now you're, like, dark gold. I think I was purple earlier, but I haven't touched it. Juno, you used to be purple. Now you're blue. Law, you've always been purple. I think 3 or 4 of us are all chatting in purple, so not surprised. No, you were green. Now you're like dark yellow. You're kind of like a light gold, like a gold with its eyes kind of shut. I think I need to put a bunch of these in the game. That's what I'm thinking. I see my name is green. I don't know what it is. It could be Twitch, right? I mean, it could be Twitch. So let me look to see how many runes that I actually have. Let me get my images here. Mana Torch Lantern. Okay, so it should be in the blocks here. Here we go. Magic Rune Block. Normal. Okay, so I do start with 1 and I go to 16. Start with 1 and go to 16. See, the thing that I'm thinking about is, like, I mean, I like the rune. I think I need to do something more. Oh, and with these too, I'll do a refresh because it closes rifts. Looks quite nice. Ooh, looks good. Yeah. Every time I reload, people's names change colors. Gravity just went orange to me too. All right, so it's not just me. All right, good. Dude, now I spend hours finding my specific shade of orange from analyzing the Wasteland box art. But yours, it's red to me though. You're red. That's what I'm saying. Who knows? It could just be, maybe Twitch doesn't think we actually talk with each other, and they're like, you know what? If there's some desync, whatever. As long as they see what they think they are, right? It's like walking around and not realizing you have a big chunk of broccoli in your teeth, right? You're just smiling at everyone. So that normally kills rifts, but looks like this one is in it for the long haul. Oh, there we go. So once the rift disappears, this will randomly fade over time. I think it's every 4 to 6 seconds. It does a check. It won't see a rift, so then it rolls a random number. And then if it's safe, it stays out. If it's a failure, it will, of course, despawn. So you have a little time after these things are kind of, you know, existing in the world. It's a reddish orange. You know, you actually could be right. You very well could be right. I'm looking at it now, like the default was like red, but I think I can see the orange in there. So, how many of these should I have? Let me pull out the calculator. So, I guess my first question is, how much max mana should you be able to achieve from this? Let me just come over here. So armor will give you 300 mana. Meditation research, I thought 200. So that would be 500 mana just from that. And then, of course, anything you accumulate through your EXP, that's just... I took the cap right off that. You can just keep going. Of course, it will increasingly get more difficult the higher the number is, right? Because it's an exponential average. But you will still always be able to at least move forward towards that extra mana point. I mean, should it be the other way? Should armor only give you 200 and meditation research gives you 300? Because I think I like that a little more. Oh. Guess it despawned. It's gone. Get 999 mana. A normal playthrough. Challenge accepted. Yeah, alright. But you have to keep the default experience modifier on you. You can't go changing it. Can't go cheating. Or else it's not a challenge, huh? Boop. So if this is going to be 20 mana, maybe this should be... Should this be 20 as well? Because I could bump this up to 5... 3, 6, 9... Maybe these... Alright, so if this was 1 mana... 5, 10, 15... And this was supposed to be the highest one. Alright, let's start marking things down. How about... 2, 4, 6... 3, 6, 9... Maybe these should be 3s. This could be 10? Let me just start with this. Oh, this shouldn't be 10. This will be 5 MP. All right, we'll start with the big one. Maybe these should be 3 MP. Did I do it for like each? Yeah, each. Ooh, shoot. So that would be 24 mana. 27, 30, 33. Maybe this could be 7. 3 MP each, and then maybe these should be like 2. Because this is a building material. So I'm going to put these as 2 MP. Alright, 2, 4, 6, right? 36, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. So, I mean, that would be 30 right there, and then maybe I could keep this at 5. And this could be like 35. So, alright, this will be 35. So you got 20 MP here, you got 35 here. Well, 300 is nice for armor because you can just slap 3 times 100 on each piece. Well, actually, it's a little different. For the armor, the lower tier stuff only gives you like maybe 15, 20 armor. So it was tuned in a way to where like your tier 1 armor gave you like very little, but by the time you had like the max tier armor, you know, all 3 pieces combined would give you that 200. But then you also get a bunch of other things, right? You get it's 300. I upped it to 300. But your armor also gives you spell, like global spell cast cost reduction, gives you mana regen, spell haste. You also get max mana, and I think there's one other stat that I just can't think of right now. But armor is going to be kind of easier to get. Because like once you actually start targeting it, I mean, the bad boy's right here. Once you have the ingredients, or I'm not even sure how you're going to make the armor, but it's kind of easy to get. See, like this gives you plus 10, but it's the plain like tier 1 chest piece. And then the mana cost reduction. And of course you have like your, you know, like some of your bonuses and you know, detriments, right? Your protection and everything. Like this is meant to be okay armor, but you're also still a mage, so you know, it's armor, but it's still things are still gonna hurt. But it's just your mana pool and everything. Spells become a lot faster, a lot better. Yeah, it's a challenge run. If it's not a challenge run, you can change it. Oh yeah, true. Also feels like armor augmenting you should give a bit more than natural means somewhat. Well, my thought was it's about what you work for, right? A lot of this stuff with meditation insight, you know, this stuff you could find in the world. Like if a mage already built a tower out of these blocks, you as long as you can sit and like meditate and then look at these, you can unlock free maximum mana. So my thought with this is like how to stop a fresh person, right? They have 10 mana, 10 max mana to their name. Maybe they have 15 because they cast transmutation a bit and actually did something with magic. Right? So how much mana are they going to really be able to get? You know? All of this stuff kind of stepping through all of tier 1. You could have an extra 20 permanent mana to your player, your mana pool, outside of any other bonuses, right? If you never cast a spell, you could have 30 max mana, you know, at the end of this, which puts you in the realm to where you could start really using at least some basic grimoires. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to think of like balance, because the armor gives you like so many other perks that max mana isn't really that high on the list, right? Like it gives you the armor, the mana regen, and it cuts all of your spell, like the base cost of them by half, which is basically like adding mana to a mana pool, right? Either I give you 100 mana here, or I give you 50 mana and then reduce the cost of all spells by 50% for just having that armor on, right? And then you have your mana regen uptick from when you're meditating. So and this is like the balance that I'm trying to think of here. You know, like all of these together should not accumulate to like a lot. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, I think this may be a little too high. And then this may be a little too high. You know, like I think a nice 75, you know, or maybe 50 to 75 would be like the maximum that I'd want to distribute for all these blocks. But it may not end up that way because we still have tier 3. So for tier 3, you are going to have blocks like Moonstone, Bloodstone, Zeganite, and then you have all of these large crystals as well. Right? Like you got these guys too. And then you have the other runestone. So And you also have other things too, like the spell duplication. You'd have the lunar... What do I call this? The lunar altar. You would have the soul well on the other side. So there's some stuff in here that I haven't really put in yet that I would also have to, like, account for and divvy up. So that means I should probably... I think I do have to, like, change these a little bit. Let's do this. I'll just put signs down for these. So you would have a lunar altar. Wow. It's not what I wanted to do. You would have the soul well for soul magic. And then you would have the prism of duplication, right? For your spell duplication. And then I think I'll put a line here. And then let's pull out some of the other blocks. So you would have your final ViesCraft runestone. You would have the big crystals for Mr. Chungus there. And you would have your Eldrathnium. You would have your Moonstone and your Bloodstone. I think that's all for the final tier. And really, I should probably put a divider here as well. Because this right here, like the prism, the soul well, all this stuff, it's kind of like high tier 2, low tier 3 for these. Alright, let's put some signs down. I gotta decide all this stuff. Once I have it decided, it's gonna be really easy to program in. There we go. So that's what I'm thinking, right? Because if I have Meditation Insight give you 200 mana, that's kind of low. You know, I don't know. Like, it's kind of low. I don't know. So I need to figure this out, and then I need to figure out how many of these should exist. I do love these things. I kind of want to do more with the sides and the top, but I do like it. I may actually want to make it a little smaller, just by a little bit. Oh, it's disappearing. Well, that's doomed. All right. I think I'm going to make the decision to upgrade the Meditation Insight to 300 max mana, and then just see how that feels. That should give me that shake. I got to figure out how to do like a smooth transition with animations. It's like really hard in this game for some reason. But I'm thinking 75 mana for 70. You know what? I'll say 75 to 100 max mana for all this stuff. Oh, and there it goes. Disappeared forever. Oh, we also have to give these, make them a loot chest as well. There we go. So, like, when one does spawn, and it's a rune that you've already researched, you could choose to destroy it and then have it drop, like, maybe materials for spellcasting. This would not happen, having it, you know, respawn back. I just have it really aggressively spawning these, because I wanted to make sure that it actually worked. Yeah. And there it goes. That one disappeared quickly. It's quick. There we go. Just kind of looking here. There's really not that many blocks. I think I could fit like 75 mana between all these things. The problem is I gotta start, I think, from the top here. So a Bloodstone, a Moonstone, Eldrathrium. How much should these give? It shouldn't be like something crazy like 10 each. Maybe I could do, maybe 6. 6, 12, 18. It's 35, 20. So we're at 55. So 45? I think I could divvy that up. I'll go for 100. I'll go for 100. We'll do 45 MP total here. Kind of between all of these. So these are special things. I think maybe these should be like 6 each. 6, 12, 18. Maybe these should be 10. 10, 20, 30. I'm going to have these be 8. 8 MP. I'm going to start putting numbers down. This will be 6 MP because this is going to be a little easier to create. For Moonstone, you're going to have to go through the lunar altar, and you'll probably have to use the sigil of meteor calling to actually have the meteors fall from the sky to harvest those resources with a chance of getting Moonstone from them. Bloodstone, you're actually going to have to use the Soul Well and probably sacrifice creatures to have them drop the bloodstones. So you'll have to probably perform, I won't call them rituals, but you'll probably have to like steal some souls with the soul, what do I call them? Soul gems or whatever I called them. So those are going to be like, you're pretty deep in the mod at that point. You're making mana potions over here, you're making health potions over here. This would just be kind of like alchemical transmutation, the way you'll get Eldrathrium. Kind of like how you got it before. So this one's going to be a little easier. I'll have it to where you could transmute like copper or maybe some other metal directly into Eldrathrium. And then we'll have all of these crystals. So if these are going to be so many each, maybe I should make these 2. 2 MP each. And this could be 3 MP each. So we'll play with these numbers a little bit. So it's 1, 2, and 3 MP each. Save. So 2, 4, 6, 8. Oh, actually, there's 8 times 2, 16. Let's see. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So that would be 22. Maybe this should be 3. 3. Because then this should now be 25 instead of 35. I guess I'm okay with that. So we'll have 20, 25, so we're at 45. So really, this could be 55. To still get that 100. Soul gems, you say? Skyrim theme plays? That's really what it is, right? You get inspired by other games. So yeah, I was kind of thinking of Skyrim, right? The soul gems. I think I want them to be part of the, the familiar, the pet system. I think it'd be cool if, like, you could use other people's mods, and you could steal the souls of those creatures to get, like, a snapshot of that creature, and then use that creature as your familiar. I have to do a little more R&D to see how feasible that is, but I would like to do that. So these could be 8, that could be 6, 3 each. So really I should probably do like 24 total for the sake of numbers. Oh, interesting. Yep. That's partially I have the foundation in my familiars here. You know, I'm not going to name it. I don't want to get attached to it, right? But the idea is to have this be able to have, you know, like whatever it's custom AI that I make. But I want it to, you know, like pull from like bears, for instance. So if you end up killing a bear of a certain type, I want you to have the potential to be able to take that bear's, you know, soul and then use it as your pet. So. Boop. So 24, that'd be 30. So how much should this be? What was this one? 3? I'll make this 5. 5 MP. All right, so that would be 24, 6, that's 30. 30 plus 16 is 46. That's 51. 55. So that would be 4 for 3 items. I'm gonna have to shake the tree a little bit. Why don't I'll start this way. This will be 4 MP. I'll do 4 MP each here. Here, 4 MP. There we go. This should be 5. I like this being 24. Which means that the value of these will probably have to go down unless I kind of restrict these a little more too, or maybe these. You know what? I actually like this being 20. 25 and then 55. You know, why don't we do this? Why don't we do this? So this would be 12 MP. And this would be 43. Yeah, because that would be 5, then 2, then of course 3. All right, so that's 43. So I have to divide 43 up here. That's 24 right off the bat. Hey, Oats. Oh, I see you're here, Vice. I just messaged you. Oh, you did? Stream mode. Oats, that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. Oh, man. Yeah, I agree with you. Suddenly I don't want to eat a sandwich. 612. Is this right? So we got 24. So I have 19 points to distribute between these 4 items. 19. Well, let's cut these down a little bit, trim some of this fat. Let's make that 6. Let's make this 6 as well. 6, 12, 18, so this should be 1 point, right? Let's make this 4. So that would be 16. I mean, this would be 4 then, right? If my math is... Whoop, my math is right. This should be 4. And that should be 100 points right there. Numbers with Vice coming to TV channel near you. You know, everyone's like, oh, I gotta catch that. This man, the way his silky, raspy voice says the number 7. How about a little 8? So I'm gonna just manually check all my math here. So we're gonna do 1 plus 8. And I'm gonna do this, so 8 total. There we go. Plus 3. 2, 4, 6, 8. Plus 8. So that is indeed 20. And that is correct. I'd prefer the number 4. 4. Oh, it's just like, stop, Vice. Came here to watch a stream. 2, 4, 6. Plus 6. All right, let's do that to each, so that would be 16 total. And then plus 3, so that is indeed 25. 25. This one's easy. 4, 8, 12. Not a big deal. 12. And this one, so we're going to do 4 plus 24 plus 4 plus 6 equals, that's 44. Wrong. Wrong. You know what? I'm gonna make this. Should that be 3? Same there. Maybe I should restrict this by 1. No, that's 2, 3, 4. Maybe I should restrict this. We'll bring this down to 3. There we go. Now that's 43. 43 plus 20 plus 25 plus 12. That is indeed 100 total. All right. So I got this. You know what? Save and quit. I need to save my damn world because I have a habit of getting into something and I just do a hard shutdown. I do not want to refigure all of this stuff out. So that means I have 200 mana points that I can distribute through the obelisks, the ancient monoliths. Soft shutdowns, yes. Graceful saves that save my ass. Posture, I got you. Here we go. I was probably slouching. Hydrate can do. You know, I had someone, you know, they had mentioned that they're like, it's not cool that you drink beer on stream. I don't drink Diet Cokes too often. I assume they saw me drinking like a Diet Coke or one of my I get bottles of like the Saranac, you know, like not, I don't drink alcohol at all, but they're like, man, it's not cool, you know, you got to set a better example, or they, you know, set like, I guess you could set it to be like, you know, like the mature stream. And I was like, thanks for your, yeah, Vice getting sloshed on the stream. It's all numbers, guys. These numbers. I can't figure this out. What's 2 and 3? Oh, man. All right, so 200. We got 200 to put into these. How much should each ancient monolith give you? Let's work with some numbers here. I can do 4 divided by 200. Well, wow. Maybe I am drunk. So we could have 50. I hate that. Ugh. No, it's not going to be 50. What about 5 each? That would be 40. I have 16 runes. 16. Can't wait till the drunk uncle rants on politics. Man, I so don't care about politics. It's hilarious. Like, it gets everyone so heated. I'm like, no matter who you vote for, they're not going to fucking fix anything, right? You make it seem I'm still waiting for my cure for cancer. You know what I mean? Like, I thought I was going to be wealthy. Each president, a candidate is promising me something more. I'll vote for the person that gives me like the Mega Man booster on my arm. Give me one of those, you know? How about a free 3D printer for every home? And I want a metal 3D printer. You can have my vote. Then I'll start caring about politics. It's funny you mention that too, Oats, because it's something I could totally see. Like, I normally just like don't talk with uncles and stuff, because like, I don't. It's funny how much that rings true. Especially when you come from like a kind of redneck background like I do. Right? Everyone's around the campfire with their beer. It's funny. Ah, man. You know what? So 200 mana, huh? 200 mana. Let's play with numbers here. What would 300 Hold on. I have 16 runes. 16 different runes. I want there to be more than 16 of these monoliths, right? Times 3. That would be 48, right? Because maybe I can make some themed for the different essence types. You can attune to them, or you will be able to. So I could have it be a combination of like, a light, a neutral, or dark, plus one of the runes. That way it's like Pokemon, right? Gotta catch them all. Randomized. And I think having a bigger number like that, having 48 of them, is it's enough to where in the beginning you won't want to break them. You'll want to meditate on them. Because once you meditate on them, the block shatters and disappears. So this is like a one-time use thing. You're not going to be able to meditate on it and then break it. And multiple people at that point won't be able to meditate on it either, right? So you going out in the world, high rift activity, you may run into a couple of these because they're going to have a really rare chance of spawning under certain conditions. Which, yeah, almost all Americans seem to have that, uncle. Yeah. Deep down inside... Oats, I got a sobering thing for you. Do you have one of those uncles in your family? Because if you don't, you may be that uncle. A double personality. You don't even realize it, but you're the one that makes Thanksgiving uncomfortable for the rest of the family. Coming in with your America shirt. I know you're not American, but smelling like cheap cigarettes somehow. Even though you said you quit smoking a decade ago. Back in my day. The trucker hat. with a beer logo on it. Stained armpits. Am I drawing a decent image for everyone with this? I have an uncle that is very strong in his beliefs of himself. Is he like, why aren't you voting for me? I could fix this country. Give me 1 week as an overall dictator. I'll have everything fixed as soon as I lock in my power. And then eliminate all my enemies. The start of like I listen to like a dictator's podcast when I'm like running and stuff, because I need something when I'm running. It's the most boring, dreadful, horrible thing. Like lifting weights isn't bad because like you feel like you're accomplishing something, and you don't do it for that long, right? You do it till your muscles burn out and you're like, but for running, it's like you're past your point and it's like, well, fuck, I'm pretty far away from home now. I gotta run my ass back home because I have to pee because I drank a bunch of water before this run. My stomach's gurgling. Do I really want to go for a couple mile run? Yeah. All right, so we have 48 of these. Running's it's not all it's cracked up to be. It's horrible. I hate it. It's the worst. Running is the worst. But I also I'd like to live longer, so yeah, I'll be out there. Actually, this time of year is kind of nice because like it sucks even more. In like the dead of winter, running sucks because I'm gonna slip and like kill myself on ice. Like you just can't see it. And I like to go running early, earlier in the morning. So this year I actually was smart about it, and I got these like little, like it's like something you put around your shoe, and they're like little cleats, right? So they got the little metal spikes. I just got to make damn sure that I take those off before I go trudging into my house, right? Like I will scrape up the floors with them. But at least I won't slip and like fall. But summertime, it's horrible because of all the gnats. Like you'll run into a cloud of gnats and you're already exhausted and the sweat's pouring and you're like, you're like spitting them out. And it's horrible. And then they follow you, right? So you feel like you're dead tired and your feet are doing the whole like limp ankle thing. Right, but then you got to move faster, or else these gnats are gonna catch up to you. You got to get out of their block, right? It's horrible. Vice dies by morning dew. I do. Kill myself a little each couple of days. Again, lifting weights, like that's nice, right? Give me 50 pounds, I'll curl that for all my sets, and you know what I mean? Like, and it's fun too, because like sometimes like I used to go to the gym with a couple friends that went to, and you'd all kind of, just kind of do your sets, right? Like whatever your sets are. And then the game that I play is max out the machine. So it's pretty fun. I'd rather do that than run. Running's horrible. I hate it. Spawn. There we go. So I should have... This should be darker. Kind of like the middle. And then the middle, I may make either the light neutral or dark color. Yeah. Have you tried not breathing in gnats? It's hard to do, Gravity, because you can't really see them until you've like almost ran into them or did run into them. I mean, Charles, you're running at this point. You're not in your best mindset when you're running. You're not firing at 100%. Yeah, my father and me used to go to the gym before the epidemic. Yeah, I used to go a lot. I used to wake up at 5 in the morning, hydrate, get dressed, pee, and then by 5:10 to 5:15, I was hopping in my car. I drive to Planet Fitness that was close by. It was about like a 10 to 15 minute drive. It wasn't too bad. And at 5:30 in the morning, there's like no one there. All the machines are free, and I can just hit all the machines. And by the time like my 6:30 alarm would go off, telling me to take the 5 minutes to like start stretching, cooling down, hop back in my car, shower, and eat, and be on the road by 7. To get into work. And work was like 5 minutes away. I had a pretty sweet deal. And then the pandemic hit. So 48, I think this is a good idea. 48, I think, is a respectable number. In the beginning, I want you to see these things, and I want you to meditate on them. And then after you've been exploring and you've been like meditating on some of this stuff, then I want it to be pulled back a little bit, and you're like, oh, I found this one, but let me break it, right, to have a chance of getting whatever the grab bag. Actually, I may make it to where where is it? In this. It may drop a crystallized memory or two. So like you'll still, there's still be incentive to like get these things. Oh, you know what I could do? I could still use, instead of like breaking it, maybe I'll have it to where you still have to meditate on it. But it's like once the meditation's done, then it will destroy itself and then just drop items. Maybe I could do that. God, the gym work grind is not for me. It wasn't, once again, the groove, it's not that bad, Oats. You know, there's some days you feel stronger than others, and, you know, there are a lot of times when it's like, just maintain, right? Do my sets that I know I can do, pump it out, and then you do, it's amazing how much better you do feel. Even running, right? It's like, during the time, like, I guess running's not that bad for me, but it's like you're running for 30 minutes straight, and it's boring as hell. You know, it's not like you could watch anything. Like, you know, you're running, right? Kind of sucks. Why are we talking about running? Why am I talking about running so much? I hate running. I don't want to talk about it. I'm angry with running. Let's start calculating things, right? So I have 48. So if I gave 3 mana each, you'd have 144. I don't think I want 3 mana each. 48 times 5. 240 mana each. 5 was the number I wanted to go for, but that would mean that I'd have to trim all of this back. This would have to be like 60 between all this. I could, you know what? I kind of could make that happen. Instead of having these like each, I could have it be you like look at any one of these. Nah, that's kind of cheap. Can we fit all these into 60? I think it, because how rare they're gonna be, I think getting like an additional 5 mana is a good idea. I don't know, what do we think? I need feedback. Am I right? Am I wrong? Should it be 5 each for one of those? Or should it be like 3 each? Yes, you are right. Law, right there. Bam. Honestly, don't know what you're doing. So I'm working on the 3rd way to increase your maximum mana, Oats. And it's through meditation insight. So basically, you sitting down, meditating, see like how that has a researchable tag on top. So basically, while you're meditating, you can look at these blocks. You know, like particles and stuff will start spawning. And after so many seconds of looking at these, you will be able to increase your maximum mana. So that's what we're working on right now. All right, so I can start looking at this thing because I'm meditating. Eventually, if I keep staring at it, I don't want to unlock it, but you see how like the particles are spawning. All right, so you start at 10 mana. Or you talk about here, 1. You know, so I think I could trim some of this back. Like these were kind of fillers. You don't necessarily need to have these. And how many obelisks do you have? I'm going to have 48. They're going to be called ancient monoliths. Right? So if they were to give 5 mana each, you could potentially unlock 240 mana just by like kind of Pokemon, right? Gotta catch them all. You would have them be 3? You would have them be 3, huh? Well, 48, right, times 3. That would be 144. 300 mana is the max, so I would have 156. Of course, minus the 100, right? So you would 56. I don't know why I just calculated that. So I would have an extra 56 mana that I'd have to like pump somewhere or make more obelisks. Or not obelisks, but the monoliths. Well, the total maximum, it's 300 mana. I want you to have the ability to get 300 max mana with Meditation Insight. I think that's a good number. And again, I could get rid of some of this stuff here. Like, you know, there's nothing that says you need to like meditate on all this stuff. I could trim this back a little bit. Like, if it's going to be 5, I'm cool with that. 240, that means I have 60 mana to distribute through here. I could be a little more, you know, like, maybe you don't need to meditate on Zeganite, Astrolith, and Netherite, right? Maybe you don't need to meditate on these appliances here, you know, considering how, you know, they're kind of consumer, like, non-mages use them too. I mean, it makes sense to take max and work backwards. Or maybe the max is through levels and the other stuff is bonus on top of that. Through levels. Oh, well, all of this comes together. If we look down here when you hover over now, so, you know, you'll have your total mana. I actually break it down for you so you can see. So you'll have mana from, and then you got your magical experience, which is, of course, what everyone has complained about forever, right? So I break it down so it tells you how many levels you have in that, how much max mana. Your meditation insight, which is 0 because I haven't learned anything, and then whatever you get from your armor bonus, right? And all that together makes up your total mana now. So I need to put caps on some of these, right? Armor bonus, that may be like 200 mana when you have all tier 3, you know, the 3 pieces of armor on there. Which could also go higher because I am also going to be making jewelry that you can put on, right? Like you'll have maybe a wristband, you know, a wristlet, necklace, you know, like I have all these slots that I can play with too. That could give you like spell haste or whatever the stats, or maybe some more max mana. So again, I'm just trying to come up with another way. For a collector, like I'm a collector in games. I like to, if there's pets to collect, I want to get them all, right? Like it's, you know, so something like this, it would be very much I need to get them all, right? Let me go out and explore. Let me look at rifts. Let me try and find, you know, whatever it is, right? It would be hard for you to get all of the meditation insight. But again, something like this is a tool to help you. That way you're gaining mana faster and it doesn't feel like you're dragging on casting the transmutation spell. That was the idea. And 5 would get you there. 5's good then. You are correct. Did you ever find a workaround for that armor having too many shapes? Yeah, I just made new armor. Yeah, I did make new armor. That's how I got around it. So instead of the big hat, like I still have the big hat, but I have like a little circlet now. You know, instead of like the leggings here, because if you look, even though they look identical, I haven't really pruned the leggings back because they didn't need anything. But I'm gonna be pruning those back. The chest piece, if you notice, like it went from like all the gears and everything to just like the basic chest piece. Well, it does suck, but you know, the base game kind of sucks sometimes too. Like it is what it is, right? I can't, you know, there's some things I can do, some things I can't do. It's a tough world we live in. It's tough. So 5 mana each. What if I added... Should I just add more runes? This is the other part of this here. So I have, you know, 16, right? 16 runes times 3. there's nothing that says I can't literally whip out like 4 more runes. I'm just like drawing these things. That's all I'm doing. And then that would be more randomized runes for when you actually use the chalk. I'd have to get some ideas for runes. I think I went through, I do leatherworking, so I have Celtic runes for my punches, for a lot of my punches. Like I have sets of them. So I just looked at those patterns and I just kind of drew it out. So, I mean, to make the math better, I could just, you know, make like 20 of those runes. You know what I mean? So it would be like 20 times the 3 different types, right? So instead of 48, I got a nice number like 60. And then if I multiply that by 3, right, that's that, and then 60 times 5, well, that's 300, so they wouldn't be able to be 300. Right, but I got a little more. Let's maybe they could be 4 each, right? So that's 240. So I don't know. What are we thinking? I don't know. There are multiple ways to, like, you know, attack this thing. L base game. Yeah, 20 seems really good. See, I did 16 at first because that whole, you know, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, right? You know, trying to just stay within that scope of things. I could totally have, like, 20. But what is that buying me? What is that buying me? Because if we all agree, 5 is a good number of mana points to get for these, then I don't have to do anything, right? I have to, like, limit this a little bit, which is fine. I could do that. You know, honestly, it's kind of stretching. Like something like Enchanted Stone, maybe you don't have to, like, meditate on Enchanted Stone to get 1 mana point. You know what I mean? Like, although at the same time, maybe it's not that bad. I don't know. I just need guidance here, right? Just tell me what you think works well, and that way I don't have to think about it. Tell me. I probably should have started from this and then worked my way backwards a little bit. 48 times 4. What if I did it by 4? That's 92 minus 300. That's 108 minus 100, right? So it would be 8, right? 8 would be... So if I kept the same numbers, 16 runes, 3 of these, and then I gave you 4 mana per, but I would have to distribute 8 more mana throughout here to make the solid 300. The more I'm thinking about it, the more I don't want to add more textures, more runes. It is something I would rather not. I like the fact that it's 16. The thought of having it be 20, I would want to work my way up to 32 runes. Yeah, and honestly, it is kind of me being lazy because I'm kind of weak when it comes to texturing. I know my strengths and weaknesses, right? Let me write code. Don't let me design models. Don't let me design textures. Just let me code. And this is one of those things where it's like, well, I can kind of jank the numbers. You know what? 4 does sound even better. Now that I'm saying it again, 4 maximum mana per look at an obelisk. You know what? 3 would be even better. 3 would be even better. 16 times. What if I make 4 different versions of them? Oh, you know what? I could get away with this. So the idea behind that would be you have the primordial rust element, and then you would have neutral, light, and dark for the essence type. So maybe it should be 4. So that would be 64, right? Times 3. So 192, right? 64 times 4, 256. So I'm thinking 64 times the 3, that right there, right? Minus 300. So I would have to divide still 8 points into here. Easy. Bump these up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then probably the rest of this to make them all even. What number was I talking about? 3. Wait. Let's go up. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. 4. Yeah, 4 times 16, 64. There we go. Times 3. Bump up the non-rune things. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking, right? So I can have 4 different types of this, each one with a different rune. Oh, you know what I could do too? I could use time of day. And I could use season, you know, for some of these things to like spawn. Mr. Rothfeld, hey! What's a good place to start learning C# for modding? Modding. That's a great place to learn. Really, really great place because you have example code that you could follow. And you'll be motivated to actually learn because you'll be able to see your changes in the game as you mod. So I would say modding. And it may be little things, right? Like, oh, look at this. I added a tooltip to this item cheese that I made, right? Little things like that. You'll be using basic if statements. You'll be getting used to variables. Now, clip this as a good answer for people who ask all the time. I got a clip for you. Watch this clip. How you doing, Mr. Rothfeld? I haven't seen you around in a while. You know what? Do I want to do I really want to have I kinda like the way this looks now. You know, a different rune. I could stack them. It's beautiful. Rod's been too busy being fishy. Oh, jeez, Captain Oats. What a joke. This mod's gonna be insane. It already is. It's like totally different. Like, I don't know if you've seen some of the stuff here. Like, I've been starting to type up some of the guides. Like, it's definitely like we got achievements now. We got a lot of things now. This very much feels like a Minecraft. But damn, this thing's taking forever to go away. Forever. I guess I really do have to have different things. I like the rust. Let's play with the texture a little bit. Because I feel like this should be darker. It's too bright. It's too bright. Let's pull up the texture. I gotta sell myself on this. Where the hell are my textures for this? There we go. Main. Easy. Boom. There we go. Give me something that's a little darker. This thing came from the Rust world, the dank, stank Rust world, right? Those drifters live there, and they're like rot monsters, right? This is a very unkind place. This should not be looking so bright, like it's been like it's polished Rust. No, it needs to be dark and dank looking. It'd pop more if you pulled away from the middle. What do you mean? I think the light too dark is to gradient. Oh, really? Let's take a look. Hey. Oh, look at that. It's doing that stupid thing with the animations. There we go. It's not bad. That other one disappeared. Whoops. Yeah, you really see it. Are you talking about this on the outside? That's supposed to be like cobblestone. I wanted it to look like cracked. And I think I can move the rune up a little bit. And I may make it a little stubbier. Damn it. Yeah. So if I go into here, and we'll pull out a couple random ones, right? So each one of these, you'll have like a different rune on them. Whoops. You know, I'm just gonna spawn a portal here to anchor these. Because it looks around and it looks for a rift, and if it doesn't see one, then it will try to fade from existence. And then each one of these will be like a different thing. You'll know what's researchable to you because you'll have the tag at the bottom. Like when you hover over it, like the top part. Way better. That's what you meant. Well, I wasn't thinking like stubby or taller. I was thinking like shrinking it down a little bit. But it's actually not that bad. And I gotta fix the rotations of these. That one's gonna shake soon. Because the idea is it spawns like close to the rift center. Gotta head out. See you later, Oats. I'll send you a message on Discord and we can chat later. Probably a couple hours. Couple hours. Yeah. And see, this is why I'm like, well, what if I make like a different version of these, right? It's like, I like this color pattern. What if I do this? No, I have to make it to where it's visually, like, different. You know what I mean? Like, it's visually... Like, I want you to look at one of these and be like, oh, I haven't got that one yet, right? But I don't want to sit there and name, you know, 64 of these things, right? So you look at it and be like, oh, I'm looking for a light, blah, 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 right? A light... you know, number 27, or a light, you know, nightshade, or whatever the name is that I give this, right? It's all superfluous bullcrap anyways, right? But I want you to be able to decipher, you know, like, oh, this is one of the kinds that I'm trying to get. Spin, spin. You can almost imagine small tendrils extending from it. Eventually, like I have said a couple times, I do want the equivalent of the Thaumcraft taint. It's actually going to be modeled really close to like snow with layering. So imagine like, you know, it's starting to like creep out and like affect the world. And then within these blocks, I do have the idea to have tendrils kind of coming up and like kind of whipping around. Something that you would have to actually fight because they would attack you. They would be entities that could spawn in the taint. Which is another reason why I came up with a spell here. Cleansing Light. So the idea was you'd have Cleansing Light, and you would, right, you'd like come up to the taint, and you could use Cleansing Light to eradicate, you know, the taint in that area. Like I just killed that rift too, right? which of course is going to de-anchor everything. This would, your taint and rot would slowly disappear without that anchor as well. Like, I have the systems built on the back end. It's just then I decided to do a whole mod rewrite, right? And redesign everything. So that is going to be a thing. Finally, a way to remove the rift headaches. Yeah. I want you in this mod, I want you to be able to, like, you could force spawn them where you want them and need them. You're also able to eradicate them from where you don't. Boop. Cleansing light. This thing will eventually disappear too. So I need a way to like have these kind of look different, but I like the textures. That's the problem. I really like the textures. You know what? Oh, I just thought of this. Hold on. I'm gonna print screen. Hear me out. Hear me out with this copy. I don't know why I just thought of it like this. What if they look like this? And then rotated, right? Like you had the bottom, and it was like an invert of it. What about that, huh? Kind of gives me like a Nax kind of, I don't know why, like it should be floating, you know what I mean? Just like flip it. I buy it. Ooh, they would be mirrored. The inversion is nice, right? Question? I'm all ears. I'm all ears. What exactly are they beyond monoliths? We're working on the meditation insight system right now. So with meditation insight, there's going to be a third way for you to get your maximum mana to go higher. You either do it through casting spells like everyone's used to and completing rituals and making grimoires through synthesis, right? Gaining magical experience. You gain it from equipping mage armor or necklaces or the other things that I'm going to make to increase your maximum mana that way. Or taking pages from the ViesCraft mod, you'll be able to use meditation insight. So you'll sit down and meditate. There'll be blocks like this where it's researchable. And if you look at this while you are meditating, right? So there we go. You begin to meditate. So I have the particles around me. I would be accumulating mana right now. When I look at it, right, see like all the particles kind of spawning. Eventually, looking at it long enough, you would have a ding, and you would unlock more maximum mana. It's going to be a one-time kind of hit, but it's a way for you to, like, it's to promote exploration and actually building the blocks too. Because not everyone's going to want to sit there and do a bunch of grinding right up front. If you want to go out and explore, what's going to happen is a rift will spawn randomly, you know, all throughout the world. And then a rift will have a rare chance of spawning one of these ancient monoliths. And then the monolith, you'll be able to go up to it, and if it's one of the ones you haven't found yet, you'll be able to sit down, go into meditation, look at it, and unlock more maximum mana for yourself. And it's a permanent unlock when you do this. Or, if it's one that you already found, I want you to be able to break it and have it be like kind of like a treasure chest for magic, right? It could drop... It could drop like the crystallized memories that will give you, you know, if you eat them, it gives you 5% magic experience. It could have a chance of dropping like a runic scroll, maybe some rusty dust, shifting fibers, radiant gems, right? Maybe rare chance of like, you know, a moonstone. You know, maybe something like it would be able to drop. It's like just a magic chest pretty much, and it's to promote you exploring your world dynamically, right? Like if it's calm, you're not going to have a lot of rifts around. But if it's like apocalyptic, that may be a good time to start going out and looking for monoliths. Keep it rewarding to explore, find them. Yeah, And I think the most rewarding thing would be obviously getting your maximum mana increased. But also, you know, I think it's cool to, to be rewarded. It'd be neat to see these traps / mimics. You say that? I've been wanting to do a mimic for so long. So long. I want to add mimics. I absolutely want to add mimics. I know how I would do it too. I've came up with some of the camouflage stuff in my my Eldritch Monsters mod. I want to add mimics. I can't do it yet. Don't worry, Law. I'm not going down the rabbit hole. I'm not. I'm composed here. But Mr. Rotfeld, it is on the list of things I want to do. I also want to finish my Wyverns, right? Like, we forget that I have Wyverns that are just aching to be part of Magic. They're there, right? Like, elemental Wyverns coming in eventually. But this is more important. I got to nail this. And I let's flip this upside down. Ads. Sorry, man. The ads suck. Here's an idea. What if I have two kinds of these? One's like an upright, one's like an upside down one. I don't know. Maybe that's stupid. Let's try and flip this over. Let's see what it looks like flipped. So let me bump up my position. That should be good. And we will just right upside down. Could kind of center it like that a little bit. Let's just see what this looks like. Back. Welcome back. Yeah, those ads suck. I don't know, man. If you could opt out of ads, it'd be nice. If I mess with the slider, it warns me that it will increase the amount of ads for my viewers. Wyverns would be amazing. Have you seen the Wyverns that I'm working on, Mr. Rothfeld? Have you seen my babies that I've been working on? I have not. Oof. All right. Get ready. We'll look at this, and then I'll pull up that other mod, and we will look at the Wyverns. Okay, that I need to move the symbol down a little bit, but I think that's pretty freaking cool. These things will be in the air anyways, right? Ooh. I like it. I do like it. I like it. I like it. Yeah, also adds a flat out killed amazing moments from my view. You know what it is too? Like, I think those who are more savvy at streaming, like, it's almost like they know that something, they're about to say something profound or something. It's like they have a freaking button that they then press, right, to say their point. So many times I'm like, I'm getting into a stream and I'm like, oh, cool, all right, yeah, I'm watching them play a game I'm interested in. They're about to say something, and all of a sudden I get an ad for, like, Taco Bell or some bullshit. And I'm like, and I see that it's a tease because I see them in the corner and they're talking about something, and I'm like, well, I've got, like, 6 ads. You know what I mean? Well, I got 6 of them. Cool. Maybe the rarer the monolith, the more scuff chipped it looks, showing age and decay? Maybe. I didn't even get into rarity with these. Like, these are just random spawns, random potential spawns. Yeah, that rune needs to, like, go down. Actually, I could pop the rune to where it, like, hovers just outside of the block, too. Why don't I try that? If I do, like, a nice 4. Oops, maybe I'll do 5. Let's bump it out just a little bit. There we go. We can shift the runes down. I'll put them all together. There, let's try and look at this here. Let's save that. And we'll reload. And then I will show you my wyverns. I mean, it's like I could do, if you're gonna have so many different ones, well, this is the other part is, how do I track, how do you see which ones you've discovered and which ones you're looking for? It's a little too far down, but I think we're getting closer. Like, the rune's, like, floating outside of it, right? It's a rune symbol. Oh, and it's gone. And it's gone. They're gonna have potentially 64 different types of these things that you could randomly find. 64. All right, let's take a little look at the wyverns here. And with these to be released, I only have to make I think the attacks. I need to do a melee attack and I need to do a projectile. It also has ingrained rune behind it projecting. I mean, I could do, like, that would just be, I obviously wouldn't make it out of a model, but I could make it out of, like, a texture. Have it, like, yeah, have a rune to where it's almost like a projection. Make sets of 10 where each 10 follows a different shape with 10 runes for each set. Well, I have 16 runes to account for. So these are the wyverns. They come in a bunch of sizes, different shapes. They have AI tasks to help them fly naturally. They won't fly, like, if they're in water, like, they'll try to swim. Eventually, these things do not get stuck in water. I've actually went all out on these, right? They'll boost themselves up and get out of the water. They won't want to land in it. They have their little things where, that one was just, like, flapping. Eventually, these things will have saddles on them, and they will be, like, tameable and rideable as well. Oh, I love the red. There's one where it has, like, the runes on it, too. Oh, I thought it just spawned that one. Spawn a bunch of them. The black one, yeah, with the red eyes, I like this one, too. That's one of my... there's actually a lot of these that I like. The chromatic ones are pretty cool. Like the white chromatic with, like, the glowing eyes. The one with the yellow eyes, the black one with the yellow eyes. But yeah, it's they're pretty cool. I like these things. And if you do a certain amount of damage, you can knock these out of the sky too. There's a chance that you'll knock them out. You have to do more than 1 point of damage. And the more damage you do, the higher the percentage is that you'll be able to like make these things like fall, dismount. And see, and they'll fly for a bit, and then they'll want to land. Sometimes they'll want to, like this one's doing the flap, doing his roar. But yeah. See, I just grounded that one. So imagine fighting these things, right? And it decides, because during the fight, when it's attacking you, I made the AI to where it could just go right into flight mode and then start shooting fireballs and stuff at you. And then you hit it with a bow or something or a spell, and you do a certain amount of damage, and you knock it back out of the sky, back onto the ground, and that thing's like running after you, chasing you. I think it's cool. These things are going to be so awesome. This is the male version. The female version will look different. The horns and stuff will look a little different. There'll be babies as well. You know, these things, I will probably want them to nest. And there's going to be different types as well. So for these, there's going to be, like what you see is the basic. There's going to be a spiky, a finned version, a feathered version, and a bone version. Of course, we have to have some kind of necromancer kind of bone, dead, undead, right? Be too cool to not do that. Take a wing off with magic, yeah, right? Blast them out of the sky. Annihilate them. Yeah, so I don't know. We definitely need to figure out the monolith. Definitely need to figure that out. Undead wyverns with green fire. Old school RPG style. What am I going to make for dinner? You know what? I was bitching and complaining about getting a Taco Bell ad. Now I'm like, I wonder if Taco Bell has those nacho fries. I don't know what it is, but I like the nacho fries from Taco Bell. I think those, like the seasoning of those French fries are really good. But it's kind of rare, it seems, that they even have them. I'm looking at the menu here. I'm window shopping. I'm window shopping. You got nacho fries? Nope. No nacho fries. You know what? Screw you, Taco Bell. You almost got me. Almost. But I have more willpower. That's what we'll say. Hungry again? Might go and cook. So, I don't know. What are we thinking here? This definitely should be higher. I think it should be higher. Maybe the whole thing needs to sit like a little higher as well. It's by like maybe 1. Most of the time when you see these, you're going to be like, it's going to be above you anyways. So that's what it is now. I'll spawn a rift so it kind of anchors this one. And we could take a look at it. But yeah, how am I going to let you know which ones you still need? Right in the guidebook. Right in the guidebook. I could create a new achievement for it. I do like it being taller. Here, let's just spawn this. There we go. Spawn the rift over there. So it anchors this one. Hey, we got a different rune. I like that more. Sitting a little higher and moving the rune up a little bit. That was a nice touch. What if you made some that continue to widen out, like pieces of one larger monolith? So like this would be a piece of a monolith? Well, I mean, I could kind of take the cheap way, right? I can have one type be like the inverted, one type being the top. Because the more I think about it, the more I don't want to have like a light version of this, or I want this color scheme. It comes from the Rust world, right? Like that's what I want the ancient monoliths to have. But unfortunately, that means I need to come up with 2 more models, right? Possibly. Let's pull up our calculator. Let's take a look. Right? So I mean it depends, right? I have 16 runes. Oh, but I'm thinking in here. Let's go into the other world where I have all the achievements unlocked. I think I could just have like, you know, ancient monoliths discovered, and then it'll be like, you know, 24 out of like 64, right? Like I could tell you that, and I can give you an achievement to have you look for the ancient monoliths. I think it's this world that I have everything unlocked. And maybe I could just have like different types of ancient monoliths, right? Like maybe instead of like 64, I could have like different types of ancient monoliths. You know, like maybe this inverted one here is like maybe an ancient something monolith, right? Like, or I could do an ancient spire, an ancient pillar, an ancient monolith, an ancient pylon. All right, could do that. And then like maybe down here, I could have like another block section here where it's like, you know, number of monoliths discovered or researched, right? Like a whole little section here. So you'll be able to keep track. It won't tell you the specific ones you're missing, but I think it's better than just throwing everything into like one giant pool. What do you want the players to feel when they find a new monolith? Excitement? I want them to see a monolith, and I want them to get excited. Like, oh, cool, this thing is here. Is it one that I discovered? Oh, I could research this one. Right? Even if it's one that you haven't researched, by breaking it, you know, like I want you to be able to have it be like a loot pinata, right? You should still get things. Maybe I could throw some rusty gears in there, right? You know, it could be like a little mini care package of like, hey, you were lucky enough to stumble upon this. Yeah, if you want excitement even. And that's what I'm saying. Like, why don't, like, I can make 16 of each type, but maybe the one that was like upright, right? You know, maybe that one could be like a spire. Maybe the reverse, the inverted one could be, you know, the pylon. And I just have to make 2 more different variations of, you know, of that. Let's see. Right, something in here, right? You can make something like the marker from DS, but with a hex beneath it. What do you mean? Like a marker from Dark Souls? Dead Space. Oh! You know, it's something that could be done. Curves are kind of hard to do. But yeah, something like that where it's like, yeah. I mean, that could be another thing, right? But I'm thinking maybe that's what I do, right? I make a monolith type, I make a spire type, I make a... Maybe one could be a marker, right? Maybe I could use that as a name. Let's start, let me shut down the world. Let's start creating these blocks. Let me audit this, make sure there's nothing else I need to add. I don't think I need a side. I don't think I need these to have, like... I don't think it needs to care about the front facing. So I'm going to get rid of that. There, I'll comment it out because I may end up putting it back in. But I think for these, I don't really need them. I don't really need it because it spins anyways, right? It rotates. So who cares what the orientation is? All right, so let's see. That means that just needs to be admin. Behaviors. Let's get rid of that behavior. Ancient monolith. I could get rid of the dash north here. I can get rid of all of this. Because it's symmetrical. All right, so that should be good. Let's load the world one more time, make sure I didn't screw anything up. And then we will make, since we have a monolith, we'll make a spire, a marker, and a pylon. And I can have fun with the textures. Hey, Ape. Hey, I haven't seen you in a while. How's it going? Actually, I think I have. Maybe. I don't know. The different types sounds like a solid plan. Yeah, and it makes it more digestible, right? Like, and that one's dead. Good. Because now we have these new ones, right? So block Magic Station Ancient Monolith -1. And we got 16 of these. And the big difference will be, of course, like the runes on it, right? And then the shape. So, all right. Since that didn't blow up in my face. Oh, I lurk here often, not always chat. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Like, yeah, you don't chat too often. But I think you do pop in. You do give me a wave. I hope your day's going well. My day's been going pretty good. I really got to figure out dinner. It's like 5:19 here. Got to figure it out. Make sure I'm not missing any texts. I'm not sure how long I have to live stream. All right, let's make some more here. Copy, paste, 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 right? So the first one, let's make our spire. And anything that says monolith, we will change to spire. 10 occurrences, perfect. Save. This will be a pylon, P-Y-L-O-N, P-Y-L-O-N, a pylon. Monolith with pylon. There we go. And this one will be, I like marker. We'll take from Dead Space a marker. And we'll find monolith and change it to marker. And I will have an admin version of all of these that may just unlock all 16 when you meditate on it. And I like to do things like that just because if a server owner wants to have it like, as, you know, have it as a reward more than anything else, right? You know, maybe they can have like a magical restricted area that would have like, you know, the admin version of this pylon or whatever it is. Select mages that help the town could meditate on it and just unlock everything they don't have already to fight the wyverns. Oh wait, I built the game, right? Yeah, I didn't actually play. Guess I can get rid of that. Oh, I got to do a couple more things because we don't have any shapes for these yet. So let's go into the those are recipes, shapes. Copy, paste, paste, paste. So this will be a spire. This will be a marker. And this will be a pylon. Just so we can see the difference in some of these, I'm going to do file, open. Oh, you know what? Let's do file, open. You know, actually, we'll just put the monolith back right side up so it's different. And I gotta bump it up just a little bit. Yeah, maybe like that. File, save. So 3 will look the same, but 1 will not. And we'll look at 2 side by side. All right, hit play. 5:22. Man, what am I going to eat for dinner? For dinner! I hate that Taco Bell doesn't have nacho fries. Error and blocker item marker. Wait a minute. Shh. Print screen. There we go. What are you unhappy with? Error and item or block. Rustbound magic. Magic station. Ancient marker. World property. Oh shoot. Yeah. I need to make more world properties. Which means I probably won't do more world properties. Let's make this generic. We'll say magic runes. I'd rather have it be this. Instead of monolith, we'll put in magic runes here. Now we'll go up here. Magic runes. Magic runes. And change this. There we go. I should probably go back down to magic rune. No, I don't have to do that there. Because I just pick out a random rune anyways from the single one. All right. So let's build and hop back in the game and take a look. If I tend to say hello when I pop in. Doing good, working on some modeling for a mod of mine. What? Do tell! Oh, do tell. You can't leave it like that. What mod? What model? I think some of the most fun that I have with like model or like working on mod stuff is like a couple other people I know do mods too, do modding stuff, and we'll all hop in a Discord chat, right? And then we'll like share each other's screens, right? And just get opinions and talk about the mods like as we're working on things. So I'll have like the other couple like 2 or 3 screens up too, so I could see what they're working on. I'll be like, hey, you know, and I'll be like, hey, what model are you doing? What do you know? What are you working on? What, an icebox that, you know, that's really fun doing that kind of stuff. So I have to fix the textures, it looks like. But now we'll start to get like different variations of things here. And you know, maybe I can make like some of this a little thinner. Of course, these are going to despawn. So let me see why it wasn't getting the texture. Oh. Let's see. Let's minimize the shapes. So, ancient monolith. I need to make a couple more folders. So we are going to add a folder. Ancient spire. Ancient pylon. Ancient marker. For now, I will just paste the same textures in. There we go. Now everything should be mapped accordingly. Various lantern models at the moment. I'd like to see some more variations for the vanilla lantern, so I decided to make some myself and see where it goes. That's awesome. That is awesome, awesome. Making lanterns, that was kind of hard for me. Like, when I made my mana lantern, like, I just, like, stumbled upon it. But, you know, it's like, it's hard for me to do this kind of modeling stuff, because, like, so a lot of times I have no idea what shape I want, you know, like, what it should do. Like, I just know it should emit light. let me do the coding part of it. Takes me a long time to do modeling. Texturing, same. I don't think I'm really that good at it. I've watched Verlia do modeling and do like the texturing. Blows me away. Like it's good. She's good. So much better than I am. There we go. Now I'll just spawn this as an anchor. There we go. So this is kind of what we're looking at now. We're gonna have different versions of this that could spawn. Maybe I should make the rune bigger. I think that's what needs to be done. So let me do this. Yeah, buddy. Oh, shit, wrong way. These are gonna be all over the place. Whoops. It's inverted. Let's try that. Let me see what this looks like. I want to humor myself a little bit here. Because I think the rune, since that's the deciding thing, it's too small. It's too small. Yeah, the design process can take a while, especially with the awesome VS modeler. Yeah. Well, it's funny because it was like we were talking about something. Yeah, the rune definitely needs to be bigger. Before and after, I think it needs to be bigger. So let me make that one bigger too. But like it was like a concept, like she did concept art just on the fly, like, you know, just like doing all this stuff. Yeah, this is what it should look like. And then just like making the model and like the texture and like painting it. And I'm like, what? Can I do that too? I'm like, oh yeah, well, if I make a list, right, it becomes like a competition almost, right? Like, watch what I do with this dictionary and pull out exactly what, you know, with a wild card. While excluding the other stuff, and I'm typing away. Oh, man. Let's open the ancient pylon. Do the same thing. There we go. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, so having the tiny rune, isn't it? I mean, it may even have to be like a size bigger. Who knows? But at least it looks better. Oh, wait, that's the marker. Hold on, let's pull out the pylon. Is that a pylon? Yep, here we go. Yeah, look at those, huh? I was gonna say, what the fuck is that? It's one of my elementals. It's flying around. Jesus Christ, what is that? It's because I have rifts open. But yeah, I think that's better. I just need to make 2 more versions of these. I'll figure it out. I'll make something. Won't be too bad. Cool. Now I need to randomize the creation of these through the riffs. This is my forte. Yeah, it's always fascinating to watch someone who's good at what they do. Yeah, right? Like I love watching stuff like that. Makes me feel like I have something to strive for, you know what I mean? It's like, maybe with enough practice, maybe I can get up close to this level. All right, let's open up the Rift system, because instead of statically setting this stuff, let's start putting in some randoms. So I will say RNG type, and we will do RNG rune. There are 16 runes, so I have to do this out of 17. Because the max value does not get used. It will be a less than. So it will use whatever the number is here, and then it subtracts 1 from the second one to pull up the random. There are 4 types, so we got to put a 5 in there. So with those 2 randoms, I do need to say, we'll do string type. I'll say ancient type equals monolith. If now say RNG type equals 2. We will change this to, we'll say Spire. If it's 3 and if it's 4, right? If it's 3, let's do marker. And then this will be the pylon. Now we will come into here. Let's break up this string. Pop that in there. Break up the string further. Right here. There we go. Plus RNG rune. So this should randomly pick from one of the 4 and then one of the 16 runes, piece together a new block, a new suitable block, and pop it into the world. So let's see. There we go. So we got a monolith number 9. So with that rune, let's break it. Monolith number 9. There we go. We got a pylon number 1. We got a Spire number 15. Looks like random is indeed working. All right, so all of these can randomly spawn, which is great. So really, I need to do a couple things. We got a monolith number 5. Good. Random. Let's hop into this. I need to have a section here. So I have some ideas. These icons are going to spill over and they're going to come over here. I have the top and I have the bottom to put information in as well. So what I'm thinking is there's going to be a section maybe in the corner here for familiars. Anyone who's like a supporter, right? Anyone who's you know what I mean? Like I think I may do like Twitch subs too. They'll have access to like special non-combat pets as like a thank you for like watching me and like chatting with me on Discord and stuff. So I'll have like a couple like non-combat pets that you could have like follow you around. So I want to reserve space for that, but I need to also put space in here for your monoliths, right? Like what you've discovered. And I don't know if I should make that a button like this, and then it pops up. And then, or if it should just be like static on here, like maybe like research, maybe up top, right? I could say like, ancient monoliths discovered, right? And it could be like 0 out of 16. And then ancient, like spires, ancient blah, 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 and just have that stuff like along the top, like a banner. Maybe? The hell? You just bump it into me? Do you know who I am? I made you. I created you. Jerk. There you go. Oh no. The fire one won? Oh, what do we have here? The requested value, tier 2, was not found. Really? Interesting. So that was with Corpse Explosion. Tier 2 was not found. Corpse Explosion, Entity Parsing. Weird. Oh. Okay, I'm not sure what that was about. And it finally flew right. It did not see tier 2. Interesting. Let's test that again. Here we go. There's more fire? Attack. Oh, come on, don't gang up on him. His body has been scorched. That was fine. That was fine. I don't know, that was weird. It's almost like it was delayed in making the entity. Boom! It got hit. Alright. That's enough. That's enough fun. That's enough fun, I think. What was I working on? I'm starting to think about dinner more than anything else here. Maybe I should just order from Taco Bell. Maybe I should. There, we'll revive you. I feel bad. A lot of destruction on my behalf. There you go. I'm alive. Cool. All right. Oh yeah, I gotta put the necessary tags on all of these as well. I also have to localize these names. All right, let's start working on stuff. Localization for the names is going to be pretty easy. Let's pull this up. Let's go down to blocks. And I'll just copy this. Boop. So this is going to be block dash magic station ancient monolith dash wildcard. I don't care what it is. It'll be ancient monolith. This will be spire. This will be marker. And this will be pylon. Fireball, load in the world. DoorDash is my weakness. You know, I intentionally don't get anything from DoorDash. I will only order from, like, the app itself, right? McDonald's app or Taco Bell app or whatever it is. I go right to the app because it's more expensive going through DoorDash. Even though there is an upcharge, there's not as much of an upcharge. You know, because you don't have any, like, man in the middle, truly. Like, it always comes out, like, a little cheaper. Especially for, like, Taco Bell, it does. DoorDash, you'll get like one of those like $1.80, you know, just like soft tacos, and it's like almost $3 for one of those on DoorDash. It's like, wow, that's not worth it at all. I mean, if I'm gonna be eating something, willingly giving myself diarrhea, I don't want to pay a premium for it, right? If I'm gonna wreck my stomach. All right, so Ancient Pylon, Ancient Monolith. They're all going to be generically named. I should think about how I want to subdivide these out. So each one of these... Let's look at the Ancient Spire, right? So each one of these has a block and a block entity. I think I need to make the name more generic. I think all of these can share the same class. So let's take a look, right? Let's double check. They're all working right now, extending the same thing. So the animations are going to work. The sounds that I put on are going to work as well. The Modded Gamer 19. Oh yeah, I saw this on YouTube. Yeah. I usually I live stream simultaneously so I could see Twitch chat. But I upload everything. It's like my, you know, my my VOD section, right? In case anyone missed one of my live streams, they can just, cuz Twitch is weird. Like they get really aggressive with like playing other like music and stuff. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to disable all that stuff and just have it, like, upload on YouTube. Yeah, I was looking up your mods on YouTube, trying to figure it out. Yeah, I try and put in the stream title that you can, the chat's read through Twitch. I try. How you doing? I get you there. I'm cheap. I'm cheap, Ape. That's what it comes down to. I think I can use all the same stuff here. And I can clean it up too. Like, this doesn't need to be in here. You know, I think it does. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think it does. I have to rename that. I need... All right, so I will rename this. So let's call it a Block Entity Station Ancient Artifact. We'll call these Ancient Artifacts. Let me make damn sure I'm spelling artifact right, because it doesn't look right to me. And it was wrong. No. Oh, man. There we go. Artifact. There we go. So we got to change monolith here, monolith there, monolith here. Let's go into our marker. Get rid of those. Go into pylon. I see there's some unread chat. I will get to it in one moment. 3. Oh, where's the last one? Ward, no. Magic runes I can get rid of. Spell cipher. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Did I change all of them? Oh, wait. I need to pull up the here it is. Ancient monolith. There it is. Paste. And I need to change down here. Change that. And change this. There's so much to change. Changing one name, and it's like, yep, here you go. Jump through hoops. All right, so this is the block. Get rid of Ancient Monolith here. Hoo-wee. All right, let's save everything. And I have to change it here. Bam. Ancient artifact. All right, I think I got it all. All right, let's build. Make sure the game's not blowing up in my face. Doing good. How's your coding? It's going well. We are currently working on the meditation insight system. There are 3 ways that I envision you increasing your maximum mana to become more powerful. You are going to either get it through magical experience, which will be like your spell casting, completing rituals, completing synthesis, armor bonuses, which people should be familiar with those 2 things. And then this is going to be the 3rd thing. And it's kind of inspired by Thaumcraft with the thermometer, right? Where you like scan things and you get things from it. Meditation Insight's a system where you sit down, go into meditation, and then if you look at a researchable block, and it looks like we had some errors here where it was still looking for incorrect stuff. So artifact, 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 artifact. Oh, those were the old blocks. There were no problems. It's because I had the old blocks in there. But yeah, basically you would meditate, look at these things for so many seconds, and then you unlock more maximum mana, right? It's like you're researching these. And we are working on 4 different kinds of ancient artifacts that have a rare chance of spawning in rifts. And then you can either research them, right? So if we kind of go like this, right? Like a rift will spawn, and then a pylon or a monolith or one of the 4 types, 16 variants will spawn. Right, and it only stays out until when the rift goes away. Like this right now is on a ticking timer. So see, and expired, so it disappears, right? So you have to get to these things like quick, right? But you'll be able to sit down, meditate on these, and then unlock more maximum mana. And it's like Pokemon, right? You got to catch them all. So if you run into one and you're like, oh, it's not researchable, I already learned it. Then you have the chance of maybe finding a way to break it, and it's kind of like a loot chest, right? You'll get maybe some essence, some stuff to help you out with magic, maybe rare item of like maybe a staff will drop, or maybe a transmog stone, things like that. What's your plans for Rustbound Magic, like end goal vision? I want people who put in the time to like do research on the spells and stuff to be powerful. I want you to have powerful attack spells. I want you to attune to an essence type so you're more powerful with other spells. I want you to have the power, like this guy here, I can cast Revive and I bring him back to life, and it looks like he is pissed. Oh, he's aggroing. Oh, was that your killer? Wait, I'll help you with get your vengeance. Blow your ass up. Oh, no, he went too far away. He's low on health, though. Man, did you see that thing? I gave him a second chance in life, and he's like, revenge! He was pissed. But yeah, that's the goal, right? I want you to be able to, like, you'll be able to sell like spell scrolls for like non-magic users too and stuff. So in an RP environment, I want to be the hermit that is like a powerful mage. Got my mage armor, got my trinkets, I can buff people, right? Give everyone run speed. Oh, a player in our town that we were role-playing in is going to travel, and he wants a scroll of, resist fire, or a scroll of resist, or run speed buff, or whatever it is. They could buy some of my scrolls, like I can do all this cool stuff with like lunar magic and soul magic, and I want, all this stuff, right? Like it's I want a lot of things to do for Magic. Yeah, RP mod that rewards you with power and utility in the game. Yep, it's a good way to put it. Yes. That is the way to put it. He was the bad kind of revival, yep. I wasted it. I should have blown his ass up when I had the chance. But yeah, that's the goal, right? Like, I want fun things to do. I want things to feel mysterious, feel magic-y. I want you to go through, right? Like, the new mages, I want you to look at, like, an older mage and be like, what's this? What's this, right? Like, learn some things. Like, for instance, this is running. When you get too close, you get rust sickness. You know what I mean? Like, I want you to fear magic as well. And I got a lot of other surprises. Someone had pointed out in my my list here. I got some void creatures here. Zarathos is the first one. And it may not amount to anything. I would love, like, you unlock magic by literally losing your sanity and then peering through the void, right? Like once you do that, like, and you unlock magic and you see that there's a lot of other bullshit that you should be afraid of than a drifter that throws stones at you with surprisingly deadly accuracy. I want you to like, I used to love the mod, the Herobrine mod. You know what I mean? Where it's not where like they're building like the little tiki totems and stuff or whatever. But it's just like you're walking and then you see something in the corner of your eye that looked like Herobrine. You're like, what the fuck was that? You know what I mean? Or you turn, it's like, oh, he's like right there. Like things like that. So I wanted to make my own Herobrine in this game. So that's coming. That might be easy enough to implement. Yeah. So you're trying to make it. Oh yeah. All right. I'm caught up on chat. Sweet. I'm pretty bad with chat. So yeah, this is looking good. It's looking good. Let's kind of get rid of some of this stuff here. So we got it localized. Let's pull up our achievement list here. So where am I going to put this information? I think literally right up top here. We should put in a string. I should be like discovered, and then I can have like pylons, monoliths. Like I could have 4 sections, 0 out of 16 or whatever it is. Maybe that would be, yeah, right up here. I could do that. I also wanted to have a way for you to check your attunement as well. Well, let's see what this even looks like, because I have the bottom here. I want the familiar button, I think, to be on the bottom right here. And I do have all of this. Oh, you know what? I could have an icon. I can have a whole section where it's like discovered artifacts. Oh, and then when you hover over it, it could be like a tooltip, a hover text, and I can have like ancient monoliths, and I can have the information there. Aha! I think we got it. I think we got it. I'll notice that when you are low on temporal stability, you gain temporal stability, but you gain temporal stability. Only mobs that stay around are the ones you physically hit. Interesting. I don't think I paid much attention to that. That's interesting. Maybe it has to do with the hostility tag when it spawns in. That's interesting. Hey, look at one of the random ones. Look, see, you got some rift blooms kind of spawning here, and you got the ancient marker that appeared, right? And that would be like a rare spawn. You'd be like exploring the world, and you'd see this rift here, and you're like, oh, what? Look at that! I can research it. Hell yeah! And you have to sit close enough in the rift, right? And monsters and stuff can spawn, so this isn't exactly going to be easy to do. And then you go into meditation, I can start looking at it, and bing, you know, I consume it, and I can, like, run away, or I could break this, or whatever that looks like. That's what I'm going for. I want it to be random. I want the feels. That's what I think the mechanic is. So this can be usable if you copy the mechanic. You would have monsters that spawn in behind you and then disappear. Yeah, I would probably do all of that stuff client side. Because I want it to be from the first person angle. Because it'd be kind of weird if I saw like an entity like staring at someone else. You know what I mean? Or either way, like it's like your sanity, and I want you to see Zarathos the lower your temporal stability is. So if you have like full temporal stability, you may not see him at all. But if you go down to like maybe 80% or below, that's when I want to start like kicking in. You know what I mean? Maybe a sound every once in a while, maybe the sound of like footsteps around you. You know what I mean? It's almost, think of it as like a haunting. And then maybe like, you know, because I could just spawn an entity client side, right? That doesn't even do anything for a split second, and then he's like on your screen, and you think you saw him in the corner, but it was for like 1 to 2 seconds, and then he's gone. And you're like, was something there? You know what I mean? Just some kind of mechanic like that. Boom. Explosion! I was thinking a mod like that myself. VS is a great game to have horror elements at. Right? Even the first sentence of describing this game on the game's webpage is an eldritch horror kind of thing, right? And that's been my big thing. It's like, why do we only have drifters then, right? That's part of the eldritch horror. And we have rifts that don't do anything too much, and then we have temporal storms, which are cool, but people like disable in their servers. I don't like that. Like, my chair's wobbly. My chair's gonna break under me. Put in its 2 weeks notice. All right, what was I working on? What was I doing? I got a lot to do, but all right, let's start making researchable tags. Yeah, let's do that. So I need to open up my enums, and I gotta add a bunch of things to the enums. Entity trigger events. No, I don't think that's it. Shit. what do I call these things? Magic station power status. Spells? Was it in spells? No. It's achievements. Crap. It's not this, right? Yeah, no. Ravager explosion. Yeah, that's something else that I have cooking. Default value, nexus use types, essence providers, magical traits. That's what I call them. Magical traits. So for some of these magical traits here, let's I could do a whole section on the researched. I could say ancient. I guess we'll do things like ancient spire. I'll have those be in the names. We'll do monolith, spire, marker, and pylon. There we go. Make it so it spawns random shapes or shadows behind window frames, or yeah, right? I mean, with shaders, when you figure out shaders, you can probably do anything you want with it. Have it look really cool and creepy. I think though sound is going to be like equal parts of it, right? You need subtle enough sounds, like think Phasmophobia, right? Like just like the jump scare sometimes, like, you know, like I think that kind of stuff would be neat. Only when your temporal stability's low enough, right? Because your shit's already hitting the fan there. Maybe I make them an actual, like, attackable entity, too, that just, like, comes after you, you know? Breaks down your door to get into you. Figure out they could turn rifts into portals that become portals during temporal storms. Think you'd eventually add in a teleporter that uses a stabilized temporal rift. Yep, yeah, sounds a pretty big part. Sounds that play intermittently. Yeah, you could make blocks that teleport around. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's a lot that we can do. It's kind of cool that this it's like an open slate, right? Like whatever my interpretation of magic is. I like that. As for the teleporters, yes, I do have plans to do that. I'm going to call those gateways. And I actually have a setup here so I can show you what they'll kind of look like. They will use essence to be powered. Depending on the essence that you use, like if you use light essence, there'll be a reduction in cost depending on distance during the day. Dark essence would be the reduction at night. Neutral would be a static amount, no matter if it's day or night. But this is like my creative world of like how everything's set up and how it all works, and the branching trees, the different tiers are color coded and stuff. But this is basically what it would look like kind of in a similar way. You would have your portal block in the center, which would look like a rift. And then this would be keyed to like this one here, which is another rift. So you'd be on one side and you would walk into it and it would like teleport you, you know, to the other side here. And depending on the distance point to point, you would, you know, it would cost so much essence to teleport you over. So I have the idea for it. And then with this, you would put in, let's see, what did I say? I think it would be something like crystals. So you would put in a combination of crystals, and then what you could do is you could have, like, let's say, I know the combination of crystals for this, and I know the combination, it's the same combination as here. These two would link up, right? So it would make a global list that's kind of like, you know, they link up. Stargate style? I guess so. Yeah, I guess so. It's like Stargate. Of course, it's a great mod. Working my way into it, starting stages right now. Yeah, I got a lot of ideas. And it's funny because I have a lot of the stuff kind of set up, like I built the back end structure and systems, but then I decided to do a whole mod rewrite. So that I'm kind of still picking up the pieces from that. The alpha's almost done, and my music stopped. There we go. We'll restart that. Oh, man, it's like 6 here. Oof. I don't know. I'll live stream for a little longer. I'll do it a little longer. I feel like my chair is tilting this way more these days. I may have to get rid of my DX Racer chair here. Let's get out of this world. And we'll go back into this one. So there's going to be 16 types for all of this stuff. All right, back, baby. So my homework is basically to make 2 more models for the marker and the spire, maybe. So I have 2 more to make. We have to keep going with this. So what I'm thinking is doing something simple here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Can I put numbers in here too? Yeah, I think I can. You just can't have pure numbers. Oops. And you can't have anything like that. Let's just kind of go through, pop a 1 into all those slots. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We'll paste that in, so I will do a search and replace. It's a monolith. We will change monolith into spire. Paste this in, so I will do another search and replace monolith into marker. And pop this in, monolith into pylon. I can get rid of those. Maybe I should have researched in the beginning here. Yeah, I should have researched as a keyword. I feel like I'll need to add it later on. So I'll do ANC, and then we'll redo researched, ANC. There we go. Researched Ancient Monolith 1. Let's get rid of that. I will have to put in, you know what? Maybe we need to be in the other creative world, because I want to see all of the values. Oh, wait. I may have to make this a dictionary. I think I have to make a dictionary for all this. Because each thing has a different mana amount. Alright, I can do that. That's not a problem. I know how to do that. See, instead of researched here, I can have crafted for all the blocks that you can craft and meditate on. That way it's different, right? Because it's like researched ancient, and then crafted item, whatever. Enchanted stone. Enchanted stone! Come on. Alright, that's the old stuff. There it is. Oh, I had changed these. Boop. Okay. So all of these will have different mana amounts. Let's make it daytime. Yeah, I think I do have to... Yeah, I have to create a dictionary. I think that's going to be the best way to do it. Alright, let's open up that system for Meditation Insight. It's called Magical Traits. traits, magic traits. Yep, that's our meditation insight. So up top here, what I will do... No, not going to put it in here. I will put it with the rest of my global dictionaries. Right here. So, dictionary. I will call this... Meditation, Insight, Dictionary. It's going to take in a string, and then I want an int for the second part. Over here, string to int. Now we're going to come down. I'm going to create a couple methods here. We'll do a public void. I'm just going to copy and paste. There we go. Public void meditation insight. And then I'm going to copy this. We will copy meditation insight. Add meditation insight to dictionary. This is going to be meditation insight. You know what? Instead of putting a dictionary on it, let's get rid of that. Let's just call it meditation insight. Meditation insight. Did I spell that right? So this will be meditation insight. Oh, duh. So this would be full. You know what? Let's do init meditation insight. There we go. So that's pulling that dictionary out. And I want to paste this in. Meditation insight, which comes back up to here. I feel like maybe I should give it another name, like complete meditation insight, because it's not a recipe, right? Because I have recipes behind here. Meditation insight research. Genius, right? That's it. We got it. So we'll paste that in, paste that in, paste that in, paste that in. And this will be an int, actually is what I want. So the name, and then you're going to add the name and the, okay, so it's not the recipes. This will be mana amount. Copy, paste. Instead of recipe name, we will just have the generic name. Do this so I don't hate myself later. And basically, what I will do is say this dot add. There we go. We'll use that method that we just made. Add meditation insight to dictionary. I will get the enum for e magical traits dot. We'll find like research ancient monolith 1 dot to string. And how much mana do I want to give for this, right? It would be 5. Or wait, what was the number? Shit. We did 4. Let me look at my history here. So we have 4. That's 256. No, 3. It was 3. It would give 3 mana each. There we go. So when the game starts, I need to create this list, and then I can pull from this list every time you want to research. It'll be a global list that everyone uses. So let's try it with, let's try it, we don't have to do it with an obelisk. Let's do it with Riftbloom. Let's make Riftbloom not only transmutable, but researchable as well. Let me just, I keep trying to double check here, make sure, yep, everything's good. All right, guys, am I ordering dinner? Did you eat dinner? Send out a text here. All right, so let's make this trigger with Meditation Insight. So let's go back into our enum. So we will do research, block, maybe just Riftbloom. Research Riftbloom. Oh, instead of past tense, instead of researched, probably just be research. Do I... Wait a minute. Do I need research? Yeah. I guess I do. There we go. Let's cut it down a little bit. We don't need any past tense bull crap. Girl, I got pulled away. What are we working on? Well, Gravity Cat, I'm actually putting rubber to the road here. We're going to create a dictionary for a mana cost, depending on what you're researching. I just, like, 30 seconds ago decided to target Riftbloom as the first official thing that you'll be able to research with Meditation Insight. So we're pretty much starting at ground floor. So I just created the enum for it. We are going to add it to our dictionary. You'll get 1 mana point. I will correct this and then comment this out. Now what we need to do is come into here. I just need to double check when I'm adding things. Here we go. Add magical trait for researched max mana. This is what I wanted to look at. I have the tags already. All right, this is perfect. This is perfect. This is exactly what I want. Let's shut down the game, because we're going to have to add a bunch of methods here. First thing we have to do is add the ability to put the tag on the block to say if it's researchable or not. To do that, we have to come into Rustbound Magic. We have to scroll, I believe, here. No, that's for catalysts. This is the behavior transmutable. Initialize disabled spell status to dictionary. It's not that. There are 2 ways that I can add this behavior. One way is to create a loop that kind of detects a block and then will attach the behavior to it. The other way is to attach it directly into the behaviors themselves. I think the way I want to do it... Did I make this a block behavior? I may not have made this a block behavior. Block behavior, transmutable. I didn't even make this a block behavior. Well, shoot. All right, so we got to make a block behavior for this. So instead of transmute, behavior transmute, I will say meditation, insight. I will copy that. We'll open this up, paste, paste, and paste. Transmutable, we'll do researchable. We're going to have to add more to this, but that will be a good basis. Let's go into here again. What I need to do is register this. So in block behaviors, we're going to make a new line. We will add the behavior for meditation insight. And we'll come a little further down. And this is going to be a for each. I'm going to copy this. And we'll paste this in. I will make sure I do behavior, meditation, insight. And then the first thing we're looking for is Rift Bloom. I want the full-grown Rift Bloom. So I need the localized name for the full-grown Rift Bloom, which I should be able to find here. Copy this. Go back into here. So Rift Bloom Permanent 3. It could be slow or fast. It doesn't matter. Really, this is the tagging that I want for it. Just for the sake of like redundancy, I am going to paste it in here again. And we're going to get rid of all this other stuff. This is a duplicate, so it's going to be true no matter what. But I'm kind of lazy, so when I want to, I could change this and then just copy and paste like I did to keep adding blocks. Because like I'll have to put the ancient monoliths in there and whatnot. But if I'll go through the whole dictionary, and then I will make sure if it doesn't have my block behavior, to put my block behavior on. Here we go. All right, let's build and let's see if this works. So now I should see a transmutable tag, and I should also see a failure. Failure! Researched max mana. Yep, let's go ahead and comment all of that out. There we go. Build. All right, there we go. Let's see. Doesn't matter what world we go into. This will not account for unstable Rift Blooms. This is like your stable, mature Rift Bloom. You'll be able to get 1 mana point out of, 1 max mana point if you meditate and look at it. Mm. Yum, yum. All right. It's like I always lose my orientation. Here we go. I got to gracefully shut down. Oh, it did it. It did it. So it's not localized up top because I changed out that block. Let's go ahead and localize that name. So we'll do block info transmutable. I thought I already had a researchable. I guess not. I guess not. Researchable. Researchable. All right, we're going to load this. Now it should be in blue. It should say researchable. Should I have it italicized? Nah. Nah. There we go. Transmutable, researchable. Step 1 done. I put the tag on there so you can see, hey, it is something that I can research. And instead of researchable, maybe I could put something like insight, or I don't know. I don't know. I could put something something in there. I mean, researchable, I guess, is a good idea. I don't know. Maybe that keyword changes, but I'm not good with words, so we get what we get. So I want to copy this on being looked at method here, and we need to open up. Yeah, we need to open up the block riff bloom. I'm right down here. So if you're not meditating on first tick, we're gonna have to add a couple more things in here to make this system work. I need to create a variable for it, and I'll do meditation, insight, discovery. We will come over here on loaded, and I'll say this equals new magical trait. And in this magical trait, we're going to put the enum in here. So enum magical traits dot riffbloom, research riffbloom dot toString, right? So if this is not known for all this stuff, we're going to spawn particles. All right, all right. This is what I want here. This dot. Check if trait is known for workbench recipe. Yeah. Let's get rid of all of that. This is going to be E magical traits dot riffbloom. That's the particles, the timers. Pop all that in. I don't think I need any of this. I was doing something more complex. I also had the system lock you to like learning recipes, so you had to meditate on some things. At first you were going to discover spells that way, but I found a better way to handle the spells, so that didn't really materialize. So if you don't have this, this is going to be, you know, I don't think I need this. I think I could actually just have it all in here. I want to look at one more thing. I need two more variables here. And it's these two. Because I'm gonna need a timer, and I'm also gonna need to like spawn particles as well. Which means down here I would have to put in, at least initialize these. And we can get rid of that stuff. So what I can say is dot add researched max mana, right? Add magical trait for researched max mana. And it's going to take the player and I just have to double check. Oh, that's the int. I just want to, okay, here we go. So that's where I'm adding more to your max. All right, so what I can do is do Rustbound Magic dot, let's pull up our dictionary that we just made. Meditation Insight Research dot Rift Bloom, or Meditation Research. And then we will get the enum that we made, magical traits dot rift bloom, researched rift bloom dot toString. Oh wait, not dot toString. Yeah, that was right. toString dot well, I don't really have tier or anything else. I could just get the value. But do I want to do that here? I'm already going into Meditation Insight. How do I want this system to work? Excuse me. You know what? I'm going to change this. I don't want to put in maximum mana because I'm already giving you the trait. So in here is where I would want to potentially put in that maximum mana. All right, so that additional mana in. This is going to be an internal variable to this method. I'm going to copy this. So I will say int additional mana equals, we're just going to put a number in there. All right, so what I'm going to have to do is Rustbound Magic dot Meditation Research dot, instead of values, I want to get the value of this. So I can say this dot trait dot value, right? Is that, I think that's how I want to do it. Get let's see, because now I have to look at this dictionary. Similar to what I do. Oh, where is it? Yeah, I guess spell scroll would be a similar thing. Yeah, right. So I'm getting Rustbound Magic, the full dictionary. I'm putting in the string in there. Yeah. Then I'm doing something else with that. I'm taking it a step further for spell base. So let's go back into Block Rift Bloom. So I can get rid of this. So Block Rift Bloom should be good. Let's go back into here. That's actually it. Because the default was an int. So I'm going to be just getting the information here, right? And then I create an array. And then if you have, and I just add the trait. Yeah. So this is easy. I think that did it. Now I'm going to have to shut down. So I'm here. Let's do a graceful shutdown. We'll shut all the way down. We're going to rebuild. So technically, Meditation Insight should work. Unless I miss something, which it's 50-50 chance. Could be great, could be crap. Yeah, clean around my computer again. All right, Creative World. Nothing's blowing up in my face so far. That's good. One of the first things that I think it does is it creates the new dictionary. Along with all the other dictionaries. I am like officially out of drinks now. The timer is starting, everyone, for when I'm going to stop streaming. As soon as my drinks go away. All right, let's sit down. Whoops. We won't know it works until we go into meditation. Let's make it daytime. Someone bring this man water, stat. Oh, there's an ancient monolith in my hand, an old ancient monoliths. There we go. No wonder why I'm not going into meditation. There we go. All right, so I look at it. Hey, it's doing something, right? Okay, so let's try and unlock it. We should hear a ding after 5 seconds. Boom! There was a ding, all right. The given key research Rift Bloom was not present, and it looks like it bombed out in here. Line 101 in Magic Traits. Oh, right there. So it doesn't see this in the dictionary. Oh, no, yep. I never actually initialized the dictionary. Jesus Christ, man. I can't with myself sometimes. Let's go into Rustbound Magic. Jesus. I'm going to put it with the initialization of the other dictionaries, which should be at the bottom of this. There we go. This dot init. There we go. Meditation Insight. There we go. Now it's actually going to compile it. Build. No wonder why there wasn't a crash or anything. They didn't even know it existed. That was quick. That was good. All right, you know what? Freya's not getting back to me. I'm going to flirt with the Taco Bell app. Sell me on something. What can you offer me that would be delicious? It's up to you. New. What's new? Grilled cheesy burrito Bell bundle. Bullshit. That's not new. You've had that crap in there forever. A Lux craving box. Lame. That's it? That's all you're gonna sell me on the new stuff? Failed. Failed. Crunchwrap. Crunchwrap Supreme! Okay, you know what? Let's see here. Exclusive, online exclusives here. All right, let's do some meditation research here. I gotta put my phone down because I gotta watch this. Boom! Hey, meditation insight research Rift Bloom. So it told me, it gave me the ring around, right? Particles. Now the moment of truth. Meditation insight 1. We went from 22 maximum mana to 23 maximum mana. The next thing we have to do is remove the researchable tag once you've researched the item. But system's up and running already. I just have to register all the blocks. Which, 10, 15 minutes and it's done. What am I doing here? I need to get rid of some of these. I have too many windows open. With me being hungry, I'm starting to get twitchy. Starting to get hangry. All right, so if you have magic unlocked, it's a good start. Since I am accessing 4-player, I still have too many windows open. It's annoying me. Let's move some of this stuff over. Let's do this. Let's do 4-player dot entity. So we're going to create an array. I'm going to say if... Wow, it just autofilled a lot of stuff. I did not want all that. So I have to do this one of two ways. If the array equals null, it means that you haven't researched anything yet. In which case, everything will be globally researchable. Let's do else. And we will copy this if statement. Cut. And if this does not contain, and it will be this trait. Instead of trait, I may need another dictionary. Or another dictionary entry. So I'd have to have an int, and then I'd have to have like the block that it is trying to show, right? So array contains interesting how it's unhappy. A string array does not contain the definition for contains and no accessible extension. Method contains accepting first argument of type string array. Are you missing a directive use? Show me what you think the problem is. Oh, yeah. Duh. I was gonna say, it exists. I can prove to you that it exists. Ah, man. I need, I think, a second dictionary. I may need 2 of these side by side. Dictionaries. Let's do a little research here. Can dictionaries be multiple things at once? As in, like, how many entries can I put into a dictionary? Let's find out. Let me go to my dictionary. So what if I want a string, an int, and another string? String, and I don't think I can do this. Yeah, so I can't do it that... Oh, I can. Use the generic dictionary value. See, I don't like that. So I could do something similar to the spells. I could call it like research, meditation, insight, info. Because like what I have here is like spell base, right? So I can make my own kind of spell base, and then I can have it say like block, and then I can have it be the string, right? The enum for the string. And then down here, I could just initialize both of those things. So when I pull out the string ID, it would automatically pull out the correct name, right? The correct block, and then the correct thing. But then I have to create one of these for like each individual ancient like pylon or monolith or whatever, all the variants, plus each individual block here as well. So that's a lot of work. Can I be lazy with this? What are my options for being lazy with this? I could create a second dictionary, and I could just have it be a string. I guess I could have a second dictionary. It seems kind of like a waste, though, doesn't it? Having, like, two dictionaries, like, that use each other. That's what she said. Wait, I think I can do this. Hold on. Hold on. Let's shut down the game. Let's... Oh, okay, I can't use this, is what all of this is. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. And if I do this, I'd have to do meditation, insight, research, mana. I'd have to separate it, right? Mana and then block. And then the same string for each one, and then one will just hold the mana information, one will hold the like the localized name or fractional name. But really, it would only be useful in this behavior. Because since this is being put on every block, you know, or I guess I could, God, I would have to have a check no matter what, huh? I need something that, like, because this could be, like, on the Rift Bloom, right? How does this know it is the Rift Bloom block? I think I need to do a protected block, original block. We'll do this. Original block. Or you know what? Yeah. I think there's already a block. Let me try this. Give me the array. This is going to be a pain in the ass to do this way. This dot block. Yep, I already have block accessible. Dot code dot path dot contains, and this would be similar to, scroll down to this. So this would be the same keyword in here. I can create another string, right? So I could say string Um, I'll just say block info equals. So I'll have the Rift Bloom as the default, but for everything else, it would be this. We would check to see if it contains block info. If it doesn't contain, so I take a snapshot of your array. If you haven't discovered anything, it's going to come up null, which automatically, no matter what the block is, will put the researchable tag on. If you have researched something else, then I will look through your array and I will see if, for instance, this block info is in there. And actually, it shouldn't be this. It should be the enum. So it should be e magical traits dot riftbloom dot toString. Really, it should be this. All right, let's bump this in. So really, each block that I put in, I have to put that specific tagging in there, like whatever the localized name is for the block, which is fine. And this is just a visual thing. Usually the funny part is the visual stuff usually takes more work than, you know, the actual, like, meat of it. Which is pretty funny. We got anyone home yet? You know, no one's home yet. Dang. Be coming home soon. I'll live stream for like 8 more minutes, and then I gotta start making some decisions on dinner. Dinner! Learning all over the place. Got a lot done. Man, put in this whole meditation insight system in like a day. It's pretty good. Oh, hey, look at that. Because I already learned it, transmutable. Yay. Let's unlearn magic and start this all over again. So let me remove all magic. Boop. Let's reload the game. And let's make it daytime because perpetual night kind of sucks. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. All right, I got a text. There we go. So I don't have magic unlocked, so I can't see that this is transmutable. I can't see anything about it. Let's pop this bad boy. Boom. Let's make it daytime. Right, so I just picked up the book, so I got the Manual of Magic Arts. I can choose to unlock magic, which the guide will tell me here how to do that. If I don't know what something is, I can click on the link and it will open it up. Fake Gremlin, yo! What's good? Been a while. Hey, yeah. It's been a long while. How are you doing? All right, let's unlock magic. Let's pull out the magic tool. We're currently testing the meditation insight stuff here. Boom! Ring, baby. All right, so we unlocked that achievement. We now know magic, basics of magic, fun. We can continue our journey, but now I look at this plant, transmutable and researchable. I was going to say, why do I have 22 magic, right, for my max mana? Well, it's because my magic experience is 10 and I still have armor on, so... Can't wait to start adding mods to my stream of this game. I'm doing great stream-wise, vibing, hanging out. Been missing you on Wednesdays for our vintage story collabs. Nice. So what have you been, what are you excited about with 1.20? I gotta ask that. I've asked my friends, so like I've had a long conversation about that. Is there anything like specific you're looking forward to with 1.20? Besides like honestly like the mounting system, that would be a no-brainer. I hate that it's forcing me to rewrite my machines mod. So I feel a little cantankerous for that. All right, so we're meditating. I can look at it. So we should gain, we'll have 23. Boom, there we go. So there's my message that I still need a localized name for. The tag went away, so I still see it as transmutable. It's no longer researchable. And let's see. I have 23 max mana. So maximum experience of 10. Meditation insight 1. So we got 1 maximum mana there. Armor bonus of 12. All right, everyone. It's online. We did it. We did it. We did it, everyone. I need a localized name for this meditation insight message. So MSG-meditation insight. I'll do max mana increased. You have discovered lost knowledge, expanding your understanding of magic. You have discovered new. I'll just say new knowledge. Max mana has increased by, and we will pipe this in there. I'll put a little exclamation mark in there. The rest of these I will get rid of. So this is going to be the key that I want to use. Let's go into the meditation insight system and magical. No, here it is. No. Where's my meditation insight? Oh, here it is. It's over here. Ha. Windows on Windows. All right, so this message will be right there. I don't need it particular to a trait, but I do want to put in the mana amount. So I can just push the additional mana as a variable here. There we go. Now let's see what it looks like. Let's unlearn magic again. Reload. I really want to mess with magic and medieval tech modding, adding like ice and food storage. That sounds pretty cool. Can you mod on a personal server? You can mod on anything. Yeah. I mean that I've been creating this mod for my personal server. Heck yeah! All right, let's light this candle. Let's do this thing. I'm going to take off my armor. There we go. It's still soulbound to me, but it's off. I was gonna say, what the hell? Oh! It was a rift that's spawning. All right, so my spire. Oh, I must have accidentally used my rift spawner. Whoops. I can correct this problem. Oh, good. Never mind. It just went away. Sweet. All right, let's pull up. Here we go. The unlock magic. Transmutable. You know what? It did not remove my magic. Oh, I pulled the wrong wand out. There we go. So that should have removed magic. We need to reload to clear out the client side, get rid of the mana bar and everything. On sale from your wish list, Sunhaven. I don't remember putting Sunhaven on my wish list. You ever do that in like in Steam and like, oh, this game is on your wish list, and I'm like, is it? How long ago was that put on my wish list? And I'll look at it, I'll be like, okay, I think I remember why I put it on. Okay, now I don't have magic unlocked at all. And I need to make sure that this exists. That was the other thing that I needed to fix. So I need to go into a guidebook icon major 0. Guidebook icon, textures, dialogues, guidebook. Let's go into icons. Guidebook icon major 0, copy. Let's shut down the game. Paste. Copy, paste. There we go. This one needs to be locked. Dash. There we go. Now I got to find it down here. Locked. Guidebook icon major 0. We got to make it black and white. So this, we will just hit it with the old black and white. There we go. I had shifted icons around, and I think I forgot to do it last night. It all hit me. So I can get rid of this. Boop. Oh yeah, I have like 150 on my list I just haven't touched. And it's like, oh yeah, that's cool that it's finally on sale, but kind of don't want to play the game now. The reviews were in. It's bad. And of course, for me, there are those games where it's just more fun to let's like watch someone play than actually play yourself. There's some games where I'm like, you know what? I don't want to play it, but I'll watch someone else play it, and I'll have fun watching it. But personally, no. I don't think I'll have fun with it. Yeah, Bernardo, why do you always come in at the very end? Seriously, I got like minutes. You do that on purpose. You have to. There we go. It crashed because I didn't have this icon created. All right, so you acquire this. Rusty Discovery. Let's unlock magic. Boom, baby. We unlock magic. Peer beyond the veil. So now I see this as researchable. What do we got? 10 from magic experience, 10 mana, meditation insight 0, bonus 0, armor bonus 0. All right, so I can sit down. We'll meditate. And look at the sky. Look at that. Look at those dark clouds. We got some rain coming. Oh, look at this. Researchable. I love the particle effects. Boom! You have discovered new knowledge. Max mana has increased by 1. Shit, it needs to be blue text, just like the other stuff. It needs to be blue. Dang it. Dang nabbit. Let's look for unlocked. Here it is. That's the font color I want. Great, now I gotta find meditation insight. Here we go. So let's pop that in there. Copy this. Paste. There we go. Now it will be that nice blue. But you know what? I don't need to retest it because that's that is going to be that. We need to find someone to raid. Because, as usual, I am irresponsible. And I probably should have stopped streaming 5 minutes ago. That was my hard shut-off, was 5 minutes ago. Shoot. Hey, no wonder why we got so many people watching. You got one of two choices, everyone. Well, the one person's playing Minecraft. Don't put Vintage Story on there if you're a Minecraft, you traitor. So it's gonna be this person. No idea. I hope they speak English. I don't hear anything. They're just not talking. You know what? It's probably fine. They're probably fine. They're probably a great person. It's gonna be wonderful. Let's see. Yep. Bernardo. Wish list things. Yep. We gotta plan a vintage story stream together though, or just hang out. Shoot me a Discord. Yeah, shoot me a Discord. Even though I can't be streaming or anything, I could still chat on Discord. So excited for this. Keep fighting the urge to just fire up VS now, right? Like, it gets you in the mood. It's some Warhammer. Probably a great person. Yeah, probably a wonderful person. We'll love them. We'll love them. Whoever they are, we will show them love. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Really, what I have to do off stream is add all of these blocks to the two places there for the arrays so we could see that they're researchable. Add them to the dictionary with their required mana amounts. And also all of the other, the pylons and all the other ancient artifact blocks. And then after that, once all that stuff is working, we need to add an ancient artifact section here. And then I just have to keep working on guides, and then the alpha's ready. And you guys can play with the new magical systems. Have a lot of fun. Tell me what I did wrong. All right, everyone, thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening. Hit me up on Discord. Oh, I'm running out of time. Exclamation Discord. Exclamation Discord. There we go. We got it. All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a good night. Bye.